What is going on, good people? You're watching the Start Bench Show, week number 12. We've got news to break. We've got phone calls to take. We got voicemails to answer. Fields is out for week number 12. Jamar Chase is out for week number 12. Leonard Fournette is out for week number 12. It's Rashad White season.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
We're breaking down all of that and more. The Fantasy Football Show. It begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
What is up, good people? Thank you for joining me for this late night live stream. We're a little earlier than normal, believe it or not. But we're here to take your phone calls, to answer your start bench advice, to do all of that, and your super chats, of course. We're probably going to go several hours. We usually do. And we've got a lot to talk about. Justin Fields is out for week number 12. Jamar Chase is out for week number 12. Leonard Fournette is out for week number 12, which means we've got a whole bunch of chaos going on amongst all of your lineups and fantasy football dilemmas that you're facing right now. So throw them at me. Rashad White season. Let's give one more standing ovation for Rashad White. You can don't get your panties in a bunch here by saying, Smitty, how dare you get all excited about somebody got hurt? Look, this is football, okay? And Leonard Fournette, we wish him well, but doesn't mean we can't be excited about Rashad White season, which is fully underway, okay? Fully underway. Let's get some rocket emojis in the live stream for Rashad White. Appreciate everybody filing in. We got Ron Navy, the highest super chatter of the year, in the building. Ron Navy, everybody. Give Ron Navy a round of applause.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
And that will reset on January 1. So you too could maybe be the highest super chatter, but of 2023 if you want. Ron Navy currently holds the title and will hold it all year long unless somebody wants to knock him off. Now, let's get to this news real quick and then start answering phone calls, answering super chats, and get to your Week 12 fantasy football dilemmas. Adam Schefter reports that Justin Fields' shoulder questionable, will be inactive for Sunday's game against the Jets. This was kind of expected, as I talked about it earlier in the day, that Nathan Peterman, Mr. Irrelevant, was elevated from the practice squad earlier today, which in my opinion, as I said earlier, was a big sign that they were going to sit Fields in this contest. So he's out. This makes the Jets probably the number one defensive start of the week in week number 12. This also makes Mooney a little more irrelevant. This also makes everybody on the Chicago Bears roster a little bit more less impacting, and it definitely makes you turn away from players like Montgomery, anybody on this roster going against a very tough Jets D without a signal caller. So Justin Fields, this is a huge loss to the Bears, but it makes sense. I said it earlier. Why would you play him? You've got 3 wins. He's got potential ligament damage and 3 wins. You got 3 wins. What are you going to do? What do you have to gain to throw him out there? Nothing. There's 0 to gain. You have only his health and long-term status to lose. So it really made 0 sense. And if you ask me, they sit him out till week 15 at a minimum. Because, and they could bring him back. I'm not saying they won't, bring him back earlier. But why would you? Why would you even want to play him at all this year? I know you want to keep developing him and everything, but he's the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. He's running for his life. He's an injury risk every time he's on the field because they can't protect him. His weapons are good, but they're not great. They're going to continue to have run this guy out there and run the risk that he's going to get injured, a different injury. Like, they're better off waiting until next year when they can come back and build around him, make the offensive line stronger, figure out ways to get him more and more weapons, improve the defense, cascade it all around the entire team so that this team's better as a whole in general. And then you don't run the risk of injuring this guy when you have nothing to gain. You have 0 to gain this year. We already know how good he can be, So if I'm this team, I don't trot him out there until after at least the bye week in week 14, which is horrible for fantasy football owners, but it is probably what's going to happen. Jamar Chase is out week 12. This was kind of shocking earlier in the day. But Jamar's out week 12. Hopefully there was no setback with the hip. Hopefully he comes back in week 13. Maybe they just said, let's give him one more week. They didn't put him on IR, which meant that he could maybe not miss the total 4 games that was expected if he did get thrown on IR. Clearly, he's going to miss yet another week. But they thought maybe we won't throw him on IR in case he does come back earlier, and it looks like he won't. But it was a move it was a calculation they made at the time. It looks like they almost were able to use him earlier. So, but I do, until we hear something totally negative and pessimistic in terms of a news report on his hip, I'm going to assume that he's going to be pretty likely to play week 12. But we don't fully know. So if you're sitting on your trade deadline tonight and somebody's willing to take a stab at Jamar Chase, and you can get a Mike Evans, you can get a St. Brown, you can get a CeeDee Lamb, you might want to contemplate it. I'm not saying to do it. I'm not saying it's something that you have to do. It's a must do. There's too much risk to go down this road. You might be a lock in your playoffs. You might not need Jamar Chase right now, or even week 13, or even week 4. I don't know your situation. Every situation is going to be different. If you need wins tomorrow, if you need wins today, if you need wins right now, and you're not locked into your playoffs, and your trade deadline has not come and gone, you need to take a long, hard look at maybe making a deal for a lateral player that doesn't have any of the risks. So take a look at it. It depends on what you got going on. But I definitely feel like, some of you should be trading Jamar Chase tonight. Some of you should be holding him, and others of you should be acquiring him, and others of you should not be acquiring him. It is completely dependent on your situation. It is situation dependent, 100%. But Jamar Chase is definitely out for week 12, so start preparing. Leonard Fournette is out, which means Rashad White is going to the moon tonight. He's traveling there tonight. He lands there tomorrow morning. Rashad White season is in full effect, and you need to get him in your lineup. Some of you have really tough dilemmas, like you've ETN that you're trying to put on the bench for Rashad White. I'm going to say it right now, right here and now. You're not sitting ETN right now. You're not sitting any of those top 7, top 8 overall players for Rashad White. You're sitting... He's your running back 3, your flex, your high-end running back 2. People need to understand what the heck happened when this guy rose up. It didn't change the dynamic of the top 5, top 6, top 7 overall running backs. You don't sit guys like ETN or Walker or probably even Camaro with a tough matchup over Rashad White. You find other ways to get White into your lineup. Okay, so I don't want to hear this. Do I sit ETN? Do I not? Do I sit Kenneth Walker for Rashad White? The answer is no. I'll give you the answer now. No, no, no. No to you in the back. No to you in the back. No to you in the front. We're not sitting Travis Etienne. We're not sitting Kenneth Walker. We're not sitting players like that. Okay? Not for a player that hasn't yet done it yet. Even though we love Rashad White. Rashad White, I feel like I found Rashad White. Of course I'm gonna support Rashad White. Rashad White to the absolute moon. Rashad White is a moon man. He lives on the moon men list.
The moon men dropping loads in outer space.
You know what I'm saying?
Space Moon.
I mean, Rashad White is on the moon. So is ETN. ETN's on the moon. St. Brown's on the moon. Lamb's on the moon. Look at this list of moon men. This phenomenal list. Schultz was down here in timeout. We didn't get rid of him. This list has not changed before week 1. That's why we've kept Hall and Javonte on there. This is of record. This is for record right here. But Schultz is back at the big boy table because Schultz is showing up. And he's starting to play a lot like we had hoped he would play walking into week 1. And then he got hurt and he's been missing. And now Schultz is kind of balling out and doing what we expected him to do at the beginning of the year. I'm really liking what we're seeing out of Dalton Schultz right now. So Leonard Fournette out. Get Rashad White into your lineups. This news, it's just new, so I'm putting it up here. It's not really relevant this week anyway. But Zach Ertz's knee is now on injured reserve. His season is over. So Zach Ertz is out for the year now. Isaiah Likely did not travel with the team. He's out for week number 12. That means that Mark Andrews will probably be just a little bit better than normal, even though it didn't affect Mark Andrews too much. I think Mark Andrews, this is the week he bounces back to being like him and Kelsey, even though Kelsey's above him. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. The words coming out of my mouth, understand them, interpret them properly. Kelsey's number one. Kelsey's the number one tight end in fantasy football. He's the number one guy. He's in a tier pretty much on his own. But Andrews has been forgotten. Andrews was dropped off in another tier and completely discarded. Andrews is going to climb his way back up into the tier that Kelsey's in, and he will sit below Kelsey. Understand what I'm saying. Don't twist it up. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Kelsey is above him, but Andrews is climbing back into the bottom of his tier. And he'll be residing and living inside that tier at the bottom of it, below Kelsey. And the two will live above every other running back or every other tight end in fantasy football land. And so it does come down to whether you want to make one last stab at an elite player that can win you a league or not. And so if you can trade in your league, and you've heard me say it over and over and over, go get Mark Andrews. This is the final week you can go get a player that's going to literally transform your fantasy football roster. I think Mark Andrews wins league single-handedly if you could acquire him at a very, very low value. So that is the news for week number 12. We had a lot of news earlier in the day that we covered in the previous show. I'll be taking your phone calls. I'll be answering your questions. I'll be taking your super chats. We'll be hitting the phone lines in 1 second. Let me get these super chats that have already been blasted on the screen here out of the way. Avi says Taysom or Everett leading Hill, Eagles, or Colts D. I'm starting Taysom in this one, and I understand why people might not, but I feel like this offense will be utilizing him more and more in the coming weeks. They've rotated some quarterback series with him. He's throwing the football. He ran the ball 9 times. He's going to be inconsistent, but I do think he gets more consistent from this point moving forward. We don't even know at what point he just starts lining up at quarterback for multiple series in a row. I do feel like there's a possibility that happens in mid-game in one of these games. Hit the thumb up button. There's 220 of you in here and only 50 thumbs up. Please punch the thumb up button for your boy Smitty. I'm going to go Taysom. I don't blame anybody for going any other direction, but when you're talking about these tight ends that are in this like 7 to 14 range, it's a big group of them. I'm going to go with the guy with the high upside and ability to potentially be utilized all over the field. It's, tough matchup, but I'll probably go Taysom Hill in this one. That's just me. I think they're going to lean on him quite a bit. Jets or Chiefs D, they're both fantastic plays. We talked about this earlier in the week. I believe that the Jets, now that they don't have to face Fields, are an absolute smash this week. They're both great defensive plays. They're both probably top 5 plays, but the Jets are the pick at this current moment in time. Roll the Jets out there. That's a no-brainer. Professor Stroke dropping the $5 holler. Am I starting White over Dameon Pierce at my flex? Yes, you are. I think this week you are. I think the game script could be bad for Pierce. I think they could be down very, very quickly in this matchup, and I just don't trust that Houston's going to be able to keep pace with Miami by even halftime. And so then you're going to have a situation where you've got Pierce, phased out of the run game. Then you got to rely on him catching the football. And you've got an inexperienced quarterback throwing the football. You've got just massive turnovers and 3 and outs and really no time of possession for the Houston Texans, not only in the game period overall, but in the third and fourth quarter, it's going to be non-existent. How many opportunities is Pierce really going to get in the third and fourth quarter? So you're going to be kicking yourself if you don't throw Rashad White in there. I have Walker and Connor in as running back 1 and 2. Look, why are we having this conversation about Pierce and White? We should be having this about Connor and White probably. Connor and Pierce. White's locked in. So this should be about Connor and Pierce. Who are you starting, Connor or Pierce? Rashad White is a lock. Walker's a lock. Rashad White's a lock. These are 2 amazing plays this week. Your dilemma is Connor or Pierce. And I'd probably go Connor for all the reasons I just said already. But you have a fantastic rotation there young man, walking into the final weeks of the fantasy football season. So congratulations to you, Professor Stroke, who's been dropping some super chat strokes for quite some time. So let's give him a round of applause there, a moonshot at least. Start Waddle or Rashad White at flex. You can't sit Waddle. You can't sit Waddle. I'm not saying don't start Rashad White, but Waddle is your flex. What kind of 3-person grandma league you playing in? Where you got Waddle as your flex? You contemplate sitting Waddle, a top 6 overall wide receiver right now through 11 weeks. Start Waddle or Rashad White. It's Waddle. Rashad White. I don't know. How do you get him in your lineup? You don't, I guess. Walker at running back. Okay, so you got ETN and Ken Walker running back, and should I keep rolling with Hill at tight end? It depends on your options, but I don't mind Hill this week. I know the matchup isn't exactly great, but I think Hill is utilized a ton, and we'll see what happens. But you have one of those teams where unfortunately you have a moon man. You have a list of moon men, a plethora of moon men. Your 2 running backs are moon men. You got moon men all over the place, and you got Waddle sitting there, and Waddle can't be sat on the bench. You know, that's a top 6 wide receiver right now. You unfortunately are a victim of your own drafting skills, or you're playing in a 3-man league. Congratulations for that amazing squad you got there. To the moon, Wave. To the moon.
To the moon.
This next super chat is from Drink the Punch. Drink the Punch says Nico Collins or Kyron at the flex. Probably go Nico until Kyron proves he's getting volume, my guy. Until there's a proof of volume there. Trade D-Hop Godwin for Waddle Pickens. If you've got Waddle, if you've got Hill already, that doesn't make it impossible to do. It just makes it okay, a little bit more messy in case like something happens. Like let's say Tua went down, then you have a little bit of a dilemma on your hands. I don't like Hopkins, and with Hollywood back, I don't like Hopkins as much as I did. Okay, so it's going to change a little bit, not a ton. I don't kick him out of the top 15 wide receivers or anything, but can he be top 5 anymore? Because he could flirt with that top 5. I don't know. I don't know if he can. I'm not saying he can't, but I don't know if he can. And so I'm probably going to say, because I don't fully believe that Godwin, will 1,000% be what we hope he'll be all year and consistent and stay healthy, I'm going to say Waddle side. Waddle and Pickens. I don't mind the Hopkins and Godwin side, but Waddle's just the best player in the deal. And for that reason, I'm going to lean that way. And I think Pickens is pretty decent. Rashad White should have minimum 8 to 10 receptions, says Cody. Cody, I like the way you think, Cody. I hope Cody's right. I hope he gets 10 receptions in this one. AJ with the super chat. AJ says flex 1 PPR. Patterson, Curtis Samuel, or Sutton. Give me Patterson, bro. I know he's been kind of inconsistent. You don't know what kind of work he's going to get. He's on special teams. He's not getting the... I just feel like he's a weapon, and this weapon finds the end zone. And with those options, I'm willing to revert back to the high risk that is Cordell Patterson and his volume. I'd rather have him. So I'm gonna go ahead and say here, Danny, thank you for the super chat. 1.5 PPR, pick 1. Josh Palmer, Christian Watson, Pickens. They're all very, very close. I'd be lying to you if I said I felt like super strong one way or the other. I mean, it is. They're like all neck and neck. I'd venture to say they're all like within 5 rankings of each other on industry average, rankings across the industry. I would say Watson, you roll with the hot hand in Watson probably, or if you want steady, I think Palmer's probably a little steadier. I like Pickens, but he's just a notch below these two. But they're all very, very close. And if you told me you're starting one over the other, I wouldn't even blink. I'd be like, okay, yeah, it makes sense to me. I mean, I could lean that way. I'd say Watson for now, but it's super ultra close, bro. Appreciate all those. Let me hit these. Let's see. Damian Pierce or Lat Murray. I'm going Damian Pierce, bro, in that situation. P. Ryan Patterson for your flex spot. Give me P. Ryan. P. Ryan is the dude. Let's see here. Me personally, Hopkins, but okay. Let's see. P. Ryan, C. Patterson. Give me P. Ryan in that situation. P. Ryan's safer. I like C. Patterson too. Keenan Allen or Chris Olave. Give me Olave all day, bro. Olave's a low-end wide receiver 1. Low end wide receiver 1. 2 are Burrow. I guess with I'm still going Burrow, but with Chase out, it's a lot closer. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but it is. And so, it is what it is. Michael Carter or Cordero. With Mike White, I mean, you might see 7, 8 receptions to Michael Carter in this one, but I'll probably go Cordero Patterson, but it is a lot closer with Mike White in there. But I think we have time to let this ferment and develop, and then maybe we get to run it back again next week and say, okay, well, we know what Carter is now. He truly is tied to Mike White. Carter could be safer. Let me put it that way. You want safety, go Carter. You want higher risk, higher reward, then go toward Cordero Patterson. But Carter could be safer. Keenan or DK, toss up, bro. I mean, I probably go DK myself, but it's very, very close. Does Mooney value change? Absolutely. It drops off the face of the earth. Is he still relevant? Depends on your options, but he's nowhere near the same player. Debo, Kirk, Olave, Godwin, which two? This question is not which two. This question is, it's hey, do I even contemplate somebody over Debo and Olave? And the answer is no. Christian Watson or Hollywood. Look, Hollywood, unless we hear something in the morning, like Hollywood's not going to be on a pitch count, there's going to be absolutely no decoy, situation. If we hear that, then we have more confidence in going Hollywood. But for now, you got to go Patterson. ETN or Godwin. Come on, bro. Come on, Eric. Where are you draft? Let me ask you a question, Eric. Where are you drafting ETN in a draft for week 12 through 17? Week 12 through 18. You're drafting him in the top 10. I'll answer it for you. Where are you drafting Godwin? Nowhere near the first 3 rounds, bro. So what are we doing here, Eric? What are we doing here? Show ETN the respect he deserves. Okay? Okay? Let's get back to that. Christian Kirk or DK, you could go either way, but I'm going to go DK myself. I'm going to go with the talent. The talent. Not that Kirk can't pull in a touchdown and be I think he can. I think he can. Hit the like button also. I like turtles. Thank you, Slayer. Appreciate you. Guys, can you please punch that thumb up button? We got 300 people in the building. We only have 83 thumbs up. Let's pump those rookie numbers up. ETN or Olave. You're still going ETN, my guy. That boy, I love Olave. You should find a way to get him in. It's your own fault for having such a good team. But you need to find a way to start Olave. I'm not saying, the words are not coming out of my mouth, I'm not saying to sit Olave. I would never do such a thing. But you need to start ETN. Okay, you need to start ETN. This is not a debate. It's not a question. It's how do you find a place for Olave in your lineup that doesn't affect ETN? That's your mission for tonight. The entire thing. Sanders over P. Ryan. I don't know that I would say that. I think P. Ryan's probably safer. Could Sanders outscore him? Absolutely. Could either one outscore the other? Absolutely. But I think it's more of a very close call. P. Ryan's a decent play. P. Ryan's a very decent play. Rockout in the building. What's up, Rockout? We've got another super chat. $10 hauler
To the moon.
from my dude. Angel says, I got Murray at QB, Waddle and Debo at wide receiver, Josh Jacobs and Jamal Williams at running back, tight end is Freiermuth, flex is James Conner, bench is Fields, Drake, Elijah Mitchell, Jamar Chase, and Christian Watson. That's nice. At wide receiver, running back, Jacobs, Jamal. There's nothing really for you to do. I'm looking at there's nothing to do with this lineup. I'm not taking out anybody. It looks fine to me. Hopefully you get Jamar Chase and Fields back to go on a stretch of holy terror. But bro, I don't know if you're going to get Fields back until week 15. Start preparing for that. I appreciate your super chat. $10 hauler for the $10. Any $10 haulers get a moonshot. Appreciate you for dropping that. Just start preparing. Hopefully you have a backup plan. Kenny Powers in the building. Kenny Powers, appreciate seeing. I haven't seen Kenny in a while. Actually, he was here the other day. Road to 20K. Hit the like button and subscribe. I'm going to sit this one right over here, Kenny, because that's a wonderful super chat right there. That man knows what he's talking about. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We're at 17.1, almost 17.15K. We're almost at 17.2K. In fact, we could be by Sunday morning. We're on our way to 18K. We're at 17.1. I work for you. We're taking this thing to the top. This is the best show in fantasy football, in the fantasy football industry. It's because of you. I work for you. You guys are the ones that make the show. You're a part of the show. This community is the show. And so congratulations to all you as we grow this thing. Carter over C. Patterson. I don't know. I'd probably go. That could go either way. I'm indifferent on it. Trust your gut on that one. I would say Patterson for me. Should I start Foster over Ingram? Yeah, you start Foster over Ingram. He feels a little bit safer, broski. Pierce, Wilson, or Tyler Boyd. Come on, we're not sitting Jeff Wilson this week. Okay, Jeff Wilson. We start over probably Rashad White. Okay, Jeff Wilson's getting volume. Jeff Wilson's playing the Texans. Jeff Wilson is going to be fed. Force fed. The team's going to be up. They're going to be running. My concern is, do they take Jeff Wilson out in the fourth quarter? You know what I'm saying, Nate? So like that's your dilemma. Is he going to not get enough work until this blowout happens? My fault. Wipe my feet at the door and drop a like. Appreciate you, Corey. Appreciate you. Kirk over Rashad White? No, Swaggy. Absolutely not.
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
You haven't been disapproved, Swaggy, but that I definitely am not starting Kirk over Rashad White's Rashad White season. Smitty, you should do a parlay episode where you could just give advice on underdog fantasy parlays. We do that occasionally. The problem is not everybody is into that, so it doesn't serve everybody. You know what I mean? So we do a segment on it, and we definitely take care of that usually. Ron Navy came out last night, and he gave some of his top picks. So I feel like it's gonna be a pretty decent day for Ron Navy, and so we tossed out a couple. We got the over on Tom Brady. I really like that one. That was a good one. So my lineup, good or change it? No, it's fine. There's nothing to change. You're waiting on Fields. You're waiting on Chase. There's nothing for you to do. Debo Hollywood. Thank you for your super chat though, but your lineup is exactly the way I would put it. Debo Hollywood or Rashad White. I think you got to go Debo, but how is Debo your flex? That's a fantastic team, Chaos. Are you sure there's not something else? Are you sure there's not something else you can swap out for Rashad White? It shouldn't be Debo. Angel, I'll pull your lineup up again, and then everybody can look at it. But Angel, your lineup looked good to me. Let me see if there's anything else I'd change. So you're at QB, you got Murray. You got Waddle and Debo at wide receiver. That's fine. Josh Jacobs and Jamal. So you already had Jamal play. Your tight end's Freiermuth. Your flex is James Conner. Your bench is Fields, Drake, Elijah Mitchell, Jamar Chase, Christian Watt. There's nothing to change. You know, you're not swapping out like Waddle or Debo and you got Christian Watson. You're not. Your flex is Conner. I think Conner's better than Watson. You got nothing to do here. Drake's tempting, I suppose, but at the same time, Conner's very, very solid. I think solid enough to get, a nice amount of work and score a touchdown, get you 12 points or more. Freiermuth, there's nothing to do there, Angel. There's nothing to move. If you had Jamar Chase, playing hurt or something, and Fields playing hurt, you'd have a dilemma, but you don't have any dilemmas on your hands currently, given that situation. So I like what you got going on there. Let's see here. P. Ryan or White, you got to go Rashad White, pal. Come on. This is Rashad. You've been waiting. Ty, don't get gun shy, okay? You've been waiting the whole year for this. 340 eyeballs in the room right now and only 124 thumbs up. Please punch the thumb up button for your boy Smitty, okay? That's all I ask. You're in here sitting here and your boy Smitty's going live. I'm going live for multiple hours here. We're just beginning.
Hit that subscribe button if you're new and wipe your feet at the door.
We're just beginning, but I would appreciate the thumbs up. It does help the channel. Look, Ty, you've been waiting this whole year for this moment right now, this moment in time. Palms are sweaty, mom's spaghetti. Don't miss this opportunity. It comes once in a lifetime. Ty, step up. Step up and drop it, Ty. White to the moon. You can't put P. Ryan in over Rashad White when it's Rashad White's time to shine. There's just no way. There's no way. You can't do it. You can't do it. Pacheco or P. Ryan. Pacheco for me. I like P. Ryan, but you got to go Pacheco. You got to go Pacheco. So Pacheco, look, they're going to probably be up big. The Kansas City Chiefs will be up big, and I think they kind of lean on the run. at some point. That's my feeling. I could be wrong on that. I still think even if I'm wrong, it's a close game at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to get used. They're going to run the football. This isn't a situation where Casey's got to just throw all game. This Casey's going to be up, or somehow, some way, this is a closer game than we thought, and they're still going to run the ball. So yeah. White or Jeff Wilson, this is the question I've got 1,000 times over already. I know you may have just stepped in the door, so it's not your fault. But Jeff Wilson, for everybody listening right now, you got to start Jeff Wilson. This isn't a dilemma. This isn't one of those situations. Jeff Wilson's going to get volume. He's playing the Houston Texans. The team's going to be up big, and they're going to run the ball a lot. Jeff Wilson's got guaranteed production packaged right into his value this week. Whereas Rashad White is going to be a home run monster, but he's your flex play. Maybe Jeff Wilson's your flex. Maybe your team's so good you put yourself in this position where you've got to start Jeff Wilson as your flex, and you're squeezing him into your lineup. Your team's so good. Well, then you can't participate in the Rashad White games. You just can't, and it's okay because your team's going to win anyway. Because if you can't fit Rashad White into your lineup, that means you have a monster squad on your hands, and you're going to blow up in week number 12 anyway. Pierce or P. Ryan, this is a toss-up crapshoot. Totally, I don't know that there's a real good answer on this one. P. Ryan is going to be very, very heavily used. Pierce is better, but may not be heavily used. If you ask me, P. Ryan's probably safer this week because the Texans are going to be throwing their way back into a game. I don't know that Pierce is going to have guaranteed second half touches that are going to satisfy you. So you want high risk, high reward, go Pierce. You want a player that's got, very good floor value and the risk baked in. You probably want to go P. Ryan. Flex P. Ryan, Lazard, or Watson. You're going to go P. Ryan. Let's open the phone line.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial into the show. Let's get to it. Ron Navy, if you got a quick couple picks, you can call in a little bit, and we'll go over that as well. But anyways, yeah, dial into the show, guys. Let's get going on some question Q&A, phone line Q&A, and let's get to it. Week number 12, baby. I'm excited. I'm excited about week number 12. We got a lot of things that we're looking forward to seeing. Rashad White on the field, Kenneth Walker back. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
Hey, Smitty, it's Jim. How you doing, man?
What's up, man?
Hey, so Josh Jacobs, if he's out tomorrow, I'm playing against him as PPR. Should I stash Zamir White, Amir Abdullah, or just leave it alone?
Only do what makes your team better, dude. Don't worry about anybody else. Okay, and if he makes your team better at putting him on, like let's say he ends up becoming something, then pick him up. Like, who would you be dropping?
The Eagles defense. I picked up Chiefs, so I got the Chiefs D, and Eagles are just sitting there.
I mean, it's not a horrible idea to block your opponent, but make sure you're not devaluing your team. And the Eagles D, they're good, but I don't know that I'm totally like against this idea. I think it's okay. Do you feel like that's his only move if Jacobs is out, or does he have somebody on his bench? Because what I'm saying, bro, is karma takes care of this, man. The fantasy gods take care of it. You could be stepping on him, and he doesn't get Zamir White. And guess what? Zamir White goes out there, and Abdullah, commands more of the carries, and Zamir White gets hurt in the first quarter, and and you take Zamir White, right? You take Zamir White, and then this guy ends up starting somebody else, and that person on his bench goes crazy because you took Zamir White from him. Just do what's right for you. Don't worry about your opponents. I'm telling you, it always backfires, bro. But what's his alternative?
Does,
what's his alternative on his bench?
Oh, sorry, I had to look. I don't think he really has anybody. Sorry, I'm not. I don't have it up right now.
Yeah,
he really doesn't have much of a choice.
Well, just make sure that you're not putting him in a position where he's starting someone that's better than Zamir White, and then in your mind you're like, he wouldn't have probably done that crap, and then you just screwed yourself.
Oh no, that's for sure. He definitely doesn't have somebody better.
Yeah,
he's got Okay, he's got Isaiah Spiller, and that's it. Oh, and Eno Benjamin.
Yeah, we just don't know what volume he'd even get. You know what I mean? Like I don't know that they might just do a total timeshare. Like it might not even be worth it, bro. I don't think I'd worry too much about it. Like maybe if there's word in the morning that he's starting Zamir White and he's going to get majority of the carry, like go off that, you know. But as of right now, it doesn't feel that way. So let's kind of play it by ear. If you get a gut feeling on it, then go ahead and strike. I'll give you total authority to handle this thing on the fly. But I certainly don't feel like it's the move right now to make. I just don't, you know.
I like you thinking. Oh, by the way, I'm a Cronkite grad too, 06.
Attaboy. Cronkite, best journalism school in the nation.
You got it, man.
Attaboy. Appreciate you.
All right, take care, man.
Yeah, later. Okay, let's see here. Next caller, who am I talking to? Hello?
Hey, Smitty, it's Derek.
What's up, Doug?
How you doing?
I'm good, bro.
All right, well, I was just going to have a question. I want to see if I should make a trade before the deadline's coming up this week if I leave.
Okay, what do you got?
I got Geno Smith at quarterback. I got Ramondre Stevenson as my RB1 right now.
Hey, and guess what, bro? Crutches.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Damian Harris on crutches. I think this could end up being good for you, but we'll see. Go ahead. Next.
And then I got right now I have Latavius Murray in there, but he's kind of a plug-in. It would be Antonio Gibson going forward in my RB2.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah, which
that's
it
rough,
is.
boy.
I'm weak at running back, but then I have Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra St. Brown at receiver.
Okay.
And then I had Gerald Everett my tight end because I lost Zach Ertz for the year. Then I got Cowboys defense and Carlson. And then I have Marquise Brown, Isaiah Pacheco, Devontae Smith on my bench.
Okay.
And I mean, like, that's pretty much the key guys I got on my bench. I was just wondering where you think an upgrade's necessary, if you think one's necessary.
So you don't have a flex? You just have two running backs, two wide receivers?
I do. Well, so right now Gibson's in my flex, but Latavius Murray I'm starting just because of the Carolina matchup. Marquise will probably be my flex going forward.
Okay, or Pacheco. Okay.
Or Pacheco, yeah.
I mean, personally, I think I like Pacheco over Gibby, bro. I don't know. Does the chat agree with me on that? Don't we like Pacheco over Gibby? Or are we going with Gibby? I just don't know that I trust that situation, bro. Let's see what the chat thinks. Travis says he plays Pacheco over Gibby. Why isn't a healthy Jameis Winston starting for the Saints? I don't know, Cliff, but a switch could happen, or Taysom Hill could get in there, bro. You know, that's why I like Taysom so much. Who drops a running back one for Hunt? I don't know what you're talking about. Pacheco. Gibby has solid numbers, though. Gibby, Pacheco. Pacheco.
Now, would you put Gibby and Pacheco instead of Murray, Latavius Murray?
No, not. I mean, look, I don't know that I trust Gibby. Not to mention, like, I mean, what's going to happen in this game? Let's try and predict the game script. I mean, I suppose it's going to be at least very close, or the Washington defense is going to shut down the Falcons, and they do run a lot. I mean, then again, you never know. Falcons could win. I mean, it's a close game. Let's call it a close game. I mean, the Gibby should be involved, but they're going to run. You know, it's multiple running backs. Pacheco with Clyde on IR. I know they still run a couple running backs as well, but it feels a little bit more. You know, he had like 16 carries. What do you have last week? It's 5 point something yards per carry now. Like Pacheco's got the volume if they start throwing to him.
Yeah, last week he had 15 for 107.
I guess I would go Gibby over Lat Murray before I go Gibby over Pacheco. I guess that's all I can tell you.
Okay.
But I do kind of like the idea. I don't know how much I love Lat Murray. I don't know how much I love Denver at all, bro. I don't know how much I can trust Denver from any perspective whatsoever.
Yeah, it's tough because, I mean, I was a Javonte Williams and a Brees Hall owner, and Javonte was brutal at the end of the year because of Hackett and how they used him.
I mean, it's a good matchup, though.
Yeah, that's kind of why I had him in there in the first place.
So
because of the matchup.
let's lock in Pacheco, okay? And so I guess the chat, are we going Lat Murray or Gibby? Lat Murray or Gibby? Let's get a revote on that. As for this team, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. It's gonna be tough for you. I mean, if you had a better quarterback, I'm not saying Geno's trash, but Geno's not a top 5 quarterback. Like if you had a better quarterback, I could see this team making some waves. Can you make any trades?
Trey Lance still, he went down, so
yeah. Can you make any trades, bro?
I can, but it's going to be tough to get a quarterback. I mean, I don't want to. With Amara and Jefferson, they're kind of carrying my team at this point. So
yeah, but what if you could trade? They're carrying your team, but are you going to win it with this? If you're not going to win it, you got to maybe make a move.
Yeah.
Like, can you maybe trade JJ for a wide receiver that's not that much lesser, and then get that extra running back? Like, I don't know. I would toy around with the idea of trading JJ for like a wide receiver you still consider to be in the top 5 in your mind. So let's call it like Hill or Adams or Diggs or I don't even know. I would say St. Brown, but you already got him. To just Waddle maybe, and then go get an ETN or try and do your best to somehow get somebody to give you a Walker or whatever. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but ETN and Walker did come off bad games. They were coming off bye weeks, so they've been kind of dormant for a while. I don't know if you remember Mixon having his monster, one of the best running back fantasy football outings ever, and then he went on a bye week. He didn't even get hurt. He didn't even play bad. He just went on a bye, and everybody just kind of forgot about that week. The next week he came back. Everyone's like, yeah, Mixon's okay. So, I mean, a bad game and a bye week has put some distance between watching Walker and ETN explode. You might go to those owners and see what wide receiver they have to throw into a 2-for-1 and just see. Because I like your team. I like some of some different parts of it, but I just don't know if it's going to take it all. Like, you could maybe win one game at a time, get lucky, and get through it. I think the chat, for the most part, said Gibby. So,
okay.
Actually, it seems a little torn, but yeah, it's leaning Gibby a little bit. So I would say put Gibby and Pacheco in, but please trust your gut because those are 50-50 calls, all 3 of them, bro. They're 33.33% calls right there. All right, my guy. Appreciate you.
Okay. Thank you.
Call back if you have another one. All right, 2 quick basketball. You're up, bro.
Hey, Smitty. Sorry, I gotta talk quiet because everyone else is asleep right now. But here's my question: do I trade away Pierce for Pacheco straight up in a full PPR?
Trade away, not just start. God, what does the chat think on this one? I kind of rather have. God, I really like Pacheco, man, but I don't know that I give up on Pierce on the season. Like this week, I don't love Pierce over Pacheco, but kind of feel like this is too early to jump off the train of Pierce on the year. So I'm going to say no on the trade. I'm going to say this week I do like Pacheco better, but this could turn back in the direction of where Pierce is heading up and Pacheco's not even getting used, but 12 carries and it's just not enough. There's no receptions, you know what I mean? So I would say no. I would say no.
Okay. And then, so my first receiver this week, because I got Chase just ruled out, so I got Palmer as my wide receiver 1. And then I could go Deontay Johnson, I could go Christian Watson, or I could go Jarvis Landry as my wide receiver 2.
So you're between these two, Deontay and Christian Watson?
Yeah, I could go Deontay, Christian Watson, or Jarvis Landry.
I probably trust Watson.
Because I'm already starting Palmer.
I'd probably start Watson. I mean, the
Okay.
touchdown volume's there, the momentum's there. Rookie wall is probably more avoided than broken through, but we're talking about being week 12. Some of the rookie wall isn't just physical. You know, it's a gruesome long rookie season. You know, from everything from mental, the film study, it's more aggressive and you're getting a heavy dose of it, different than in college. You're everything. The practices are you just even the practices, the daily practices for the like 8-9 straight weeks when a rookie kind of just breaks down. You know, so week 12 is they're fully like, think about it like in a job. You know, when you're in a new job, it takes you like about a month, right? After about a month, you know what you're doing. And I don't know how many have you ever had a full-time job yet? Too quick. You can be honest. It's not. We're not going to laugh or anything.
I worked on the weekends at a fast food place.
So once you have your first full-time job, bro, remember this. Remember what I said about time being more valuable than money. Time is more valuable than money. Just way more valuable. You have time right now. You have more value than anybody watching right now, probably. Like, and it's gonna be hard for you to really comprehend that till you get a little older. But the other thing too is keep this in mind. So you're gonna remember that from Smitty. Okay, one lifelong lesson I taught you. The next one is when things seem tough and you're doing something you don't know how to do, like you got a new job and you're being thrown to the wolves, bro. Your feet are to the fire and you're like, I can't do this. This is overwhelming. It takes about 1 month to learn something and start becoming like almost feeling like, okay, now I know exactly what I'm doing. Same thing with these rookie wide receivers. It takes them about double-digit weeks before they really start to pick up everything that's really going on, mental, physical. And so I do think Watson's in a good spot right now. So start Watson. Put him out there, bro. Go get him. Go get him, Tiger.
All right. I got one last thing.
All right, last one.
I'm rostering Dak, Tua, and Deshaun. Do you think I could try to use Tua to trade away as kind of a sell high and roll with Dak and Deshaun as my other two?
You could, but it depends on what you get because Tua is pretty valuable. Like if you throw Tua out the window, then you lose that potential top 5 quarterback because I don't think Watson's top 5. I don't think Dak's top 5. I think they're both that 6 to 10 range type. But Tua can crack the top 5. He's proven it. He's got the weapons for it. Doesn't even matter if you even like him or not. He's changed he's changed my view on him. He's defied everybody that's doubted him because his weapons are so amazing. And so you trade him away, you better get something amazing that affects your lineup in a way that offsets, not only helps you, but offsets the damage you're doing by trading him out of your QB1 spot. So what are you thinking? Are you thinking like a CD Lamb to go into your wide receiver spot where you had literally nobody because you don't have a wide receiver 1 while Chase is out? Are you reaching lower than that? If you're reaching lower than that for Pacheco's, and no, absolutely not. You know, go get somebody big, firepower. Mike Evans maybe. Sure, I do that. Mark Andrews, punch it.
I was looking at like Amari Cooper maybe.
No, Amari Cooper's not enough. Not for Tua. You may be getting an upgrade from Watson to Amari Cooper, bro. Maybe. And you might even miss that each week. You might start the wrong guy. But you're getting a downgrade also over at the quarterback position. So no, that's not good enough. It has to be a monster, bro. It has to be a top 6, 7, 8 wide receiver. Amari Cooper may play like that at times, but he's not a top 7, 8 wide receiver. Has to be Lamb. Has to be Mike Evans. Has to be someone of that caliber. A.J. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Hopkins. Those guys. That's what a top 5 quarterback costs. And if they don't want to pay the price, then they don't get it, you know? And then you just keep rolling with it. Tua's got more value in your lineup than getting Amari Cooper, bro. All right, I got to let you run too quick. Appreciate you.
Yep.
You got 2 callers on the line. What are your names?
Brian.
Brian, who's the other guy?
Kevin, I'll let Brian take first.
Okay, Brian, Kevin's going to let you lead. Go ahead.
Appreciate that, man. Smitty, first off, just want to say I sort of found your little show on YouTube pretty recently, and I've been watching. I appreciate the help and just watching it. It's been good. But
thank you. You
wanted to throw that out there first.
Was this Brian or Kevin?
No problem.
Is this Brian or Kevin?
Oh, this is Brian.
Brian, okay. Let me enter you in here. Hold on one second. Let me enter Brian. Go ahead, Brian. What can I do for you? Appreciate that, by the way.
Yeah, I just had one question on a start for tomorrow. So I was looking at obviously I'm loving this Christian Watson hype. It's been been very, very nice. I was lucky enough to pick him up in our waivers, and I also have Devontae Smith, which I've he's been this year. He's been up and down, and I was sort of deciding on those two for wide receiver this week.
Hit
and I
that
know
subscribe button
Watson
if you're
has
new
a harder
and wipe
matchup.
your feet at the
They're both. Yeah, I was just going to see which wide receiver you would probably lean.
Okay, hit me with it, bro.
for-
Hit me with it.
Yeah, Devontae Smith and Christian Watson were the two I was looking at.
Okay, Devontae Smith or Watson. I'm gonna go. Look, this could go either way. I like both these guys. I think Devontae Smith will actually have a pretty decent game at home against the Packers in this one. But I think you got to go with the touchdowns, the production that we've been seeing out of Watson's is safer. So give me Watson of these two. But I do like both of them, and it would not shock me if Devontae Smith outscored him this week. It's pretty close.
Okay. Yeah, that was it for me. I appreciate your time, and I'll keep tuning into your shows. Thanks again.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate you, man. All right, Kevin, you are up.
What's up, Speed?
What's up?
You love the show. Similar question. I have DeMar Chase out. My team is pretty nasty anyway. But I'm going between Devontae, Pickens, or picking up Burks off the wire.
Pickens, Burks, or Devontae Smith?
Correct.
And who is on the wire, you said?
Burks.
Oh,
Looking
Burks
at
on the wire. Okay.
Trailer Burks.
Look, I don't know. I mean, this is one of those ones where I'm forcing an answer. Like, I'm indifferent, so, like, please trust your gut on this one. But Pickens is very talented. I like Pickens a lot. I kind of, like I said, with rookies like Christian Watson, they kind of find their own in double-digit weeks after they've mentally absorbed everything. There's so many moving parts to the NFL game that are different from the college game. The number of games, the workouts, the game film, playbooks, coaching, the hierarchies inside an organization, like just everything that comes down, that they don't see at the college level. It's just very complex. It's a lot of, they just get blasted, and by week 11 or 12 it starts to come together. And so Pickens, I feel like, is going to be very, very solid moving forward. He's so talented. Burks, same thing. You're seeing these guys. It's no coincidence that they're all coming into form in double-digit weeks here. I feel like Devontae Smith is your high-risk, high-reward play. I feel like these two guys are getting volume, so no matter what, they're going to probably do pretty decent. I don't know that they're gonna score 25 points or anything. This is the guy that's either going to get you 4 points or he's going to have, 120 yards and one TD. So you got to kind of pick your poison. Do you want the lower floor? And it's hard to say that about them, but it's just the nature of the Eagles' offense and how they distribute the football around. Do you want the low floor of Devontae Smith but the higher ceiling, or do you want something steady like Burks getting you 11 points, Pickens getting you 10, 12 points, something like that, versus maybe the four drop?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And I know it's bench and start, but just curious if you have any suggestions for a trade. I have Jeff Wilson, Deontay Foreman, and Pickens or Devontae Smith on the bench. Curious if you package any of those guys for anybody you're targeting.
Foreman and Jeff Wilson?
Yeah.
And you're not starting Jeff Wilson?
He's in my flex.
I mean, who are your starting wide receivers and starting running backs?
If Jamar Chase wasn't hurt, it'd be Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, 10-team PPR, and then Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry.
And do you have a flex?
Jeff Wilson's the flex right now.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay. Who would be your other flex? Yeah. Who's Foreman? Who's your next best guy? Devontae Smith, Foreman, those guys?
Devontae Smith, Foreman,
okay.
Brian Robinson.
Okay.
Pickens, yeah.
Brian Robinson. It's a good team, man. And you're making the playoffs for sure?
Yeah. Yeah, 7, 8, and 3. Yeah.
Okay.
looking for that bye week.
Yeah, I think because you're going to probably get Chase back, and it doesn't really matter. Almost good for you that they're sitting him in a way. I think you're good, man. I don't think if you were to move Jeff Wilson, I don't think you have enough firepower on the bench to couple with him to get a better player than Jeff Wilson. Therefore, you'd be taking one of these pieces away and trying to do some other deal. Who's your quarterback?
Burrow.
Yeah, I think I sit still. Unless you're getting a Mark Andrews. Who's your tight end?
Even better, Travis Kelce.
Then you have nothing to worry about. Kelce, Burrow, yeah. You're telling the only thing you can do is try and trade like Wilson and Foreman together. No one values Foreman. No one values your wide receivers enough to give you a bump. This is it. Take this team in. You're ready to go. You're ready for the show.
Yeah, cool.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Hoping Foreman has a good week and possibly trade it. But yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, man. Later. It's a good squad. It started getting better. He started revealing each piece. He's like, behind curtain number 4, here's Burrow. Behind curtain number 5, here's Travis Kelce. Behind curtain number 6, I forgot. I have Christian McCaffrey on the bench. It's a good squad. I think you got it, bro. You got it. Let me get to some of these super chats, and then we'll get back to the phone lines. So for right now, I'm going to go away from the phone lines so we don't initiate any not unwanted, but unanswerable calls as your boy Smitty starts to break down these supers. So hang tight with me on the phone calls. I won't be answering until I blast through these. Pierce or Swift rest of season. For right now, to be frank with you, it's close, but I'm going to say Pierce until Swift fails us more times in a row because he scored 3 straight games. His last 3 games, 3 touchdowns, 1 touchdown in each game. And it's not crazy to imagine. I think Jamal Williams is 5th in the NFL in carries, in attempts. So I'm just saying it would not shock me one single bit if Jamal missed time in the next 4 or 5 weeks and we see them unleash Swift and Swift explode. So I can't answer this question, Professor Stroke, because I believe it could swap. Right now it's Pierce, because we can't trust Swift, but it could change at any moment. And I kind of have a funny feeling we're going to see that 150-yard 2 TD game out of Swift at some point. And we're going to wish we had seen it all year long, and it's going to confuse us walking into 2023. I believe Swift has a finish to 20. This is said in entering week number 12 when Swift is not even a flex play. None of us even want to put Swift in as our flex right now. He's the most doubted running back in fantasy football land. And I'm saying this right now. I have a funny feeling that at some point during weeks 13 through 17, weeks 13 through 18, we're going to be confused because Swift's going to get to a point where he drops this game we've been waiting for and we walk into 2023 unsure what to do because we saw it. We were given a glimpse of what he's capable of, and we're gonna be like, what do we do? What do we do in 2023? A lot of people are going to say, I'm not going down that road again. You couldn't pay me to draft Swift. I know. And that will drive his value down. He won't be a high draft capital guy. He'll probably be a 2nd to 3rd round pick in 2023. If we're lucky, a cemented 3rd round pick. And then we'll see what's what. But maybe he's not worth that either. We don't know. Let's see. Professor Stroke with a super chat. Oh, no, that was Professor Stroke. Thank you for your super chat, my guy. Appreciate you. This one from Sergio. Palmer, Michael Carter, Garrett Wilson, let's see here. Palmer, Michael Carter, Garrett Wilson, Michael Carter. I don't know if you meant to put somebody else in here, but there's 2 Michael Carters. I'd probably say Carter's the safest, but I'm sorry, Palmer's the safest, but Carter could get a lot of receptions. So I'm going to go Palmer in this one. Appreciate your super chat. This is a $10 hauler from Jordan.
To the moon.
All $10 haulers get a moon shot. Thank you, kind sir, for dropping that 10 spot. 10-man, 9-2, no defense kicker, 2 flexes, 3 wide receivers, QB Hurts, running back Mixon, Connor Pollard, C-Pat, Foreman, Hunt, wide receiver Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Kirk, Lazard, Slayton, Woods, I assume. Tight end is Njoku. Had Robert Woods and Foreman this week. Move, chase, or hold. Depends, man. I mean, like I said at the top of the show, there are a lot of people that should trade Jamar Chase. There are a lot of people that should hold Jamar Chase. There are a lot of people that should acquire Jamar Chase. It just depends on your situation. If you are 9-2 and your playoffs are locked in, I don't know that if you can get the right exchange of value for him, I would do it. I'm not going to hold him no matter what. But you're one of the people that are in the best position to wait on Jamar Chase. And him sitting out is the best thing for you. You don't want him playing this week. You want him another week healthier. And so I'm going to tell you, bro, you're in the best position to hold him out of anybody I've probably seen all night because you're 9-2. Your team QB Hurts, Mixon, Connor, Pollard, C. Patterson, Foreman, Hunt, JJ, Jamar Chase. It's a good squad. I wouldn't be opposed to moving Mixon. I wouldn't be opposed to moving Connor. I wouldn't be opposed to moving one of those guys to get a little stronger at RB. But I don't know what moves can be made because Mixon's injured and not playing. It isn't like it's a season-ending injury or an injury that's concerning long-term. 400 of you in here, 193 thumbs up. Please punch that thumb up button for your boy Smitty. JJ for like a potential like Adams or Hill or Diggs or even like a St. Brown downgrade to get a Walker or an ETN isn't a bad idea for a team like yours. But you're 9-2 for a reason. You've been dropping fire, and I think Mixon, Connor, and Pollard and C. Patterson are a good enough combination with JJ and Jamar Chase to take you the distance, but Jamar Chase has to come back strong. So I'll tell you this. I would contemplate a JJ conquer and divide 2 players for 1 if it was the right move. I would contemplate trading Jamar Chase straight across for a potential, I don't think you're going to get anybody in the top 5 wide receivers, but I would do it. Would I trade him for Walker or ETN straight up? I certainly would. Would I trade him for, a St. Brown and a player? I certainly would. Would I trade Chase for St. Brown straight up? I even might do that, but I'd try and get more because fair market value might command that you get more. But you've got a couple options, and they do involve both your wide receivers. I don't know that many people will be knocking down the door for a Mixon who's not playing this week, but you certainly could try and trade like Foreman and Mixon for one slightly better running back like an ETN or a Walker. More slightly, they're better than slightly to us, but in the real world, people think they're very close. So thank you for your super chat. Hopefully you get one of those deals done. I still think you could win it, but Jamar's got to come back full strength, and he could, and he probably should, especially if he's sitting another game. Flex 1 Foreman, Watson, Pickens, Curtis Samuel. Give me Watson. I do like Pickens. He's very, very solid, but I'd probably say Watson. Watson's just earned that start, I think. $10 hauler.
To the moon.
Moonshot for you for the $10 hauler. Appreciate you. Hey, Smitty, my 2 running backs are Christian McCaffrey, Walker. Started Myers on Thursday, so only have space for 1 wide receiver and 1 flex. Would you start Debo, Metcalf, or Rashad White? I go Debo and White. And I hate putting DK on the bench, but it is what it is. I wouldn't have put Myers in over DK. Chaos, you should have came to me on that one. What did Myers do, by the way? Myers did okay, didn't he? What did he have? I forget what he had. But I would have put in. What did Myers do? No, Myers didn't. He did okay. He had 62 yards through. He got you 9 points. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. But it is what it is. Appreciate you either way. And you get excited on those Thursday games, those Turkey Day games. You want to watch somebody. I get it. I understand it. Chaos, appreciate your super chat. Thank you, Michael, for the $2 hauler. Going forward, wide receiver 2 and flex pick 2. White, Lockett, Gabe Davis. Give me White and Gabe Davis, bro. All the way. Going forward. Obviously, Gabe didn't drop fire this week, but I still feel like he's capable of being a low end wide receiver 1 at times. He'll bounce in and out of that bucket of players. Playing ETN, Kenneth Walker, Rashad White, D Monty or Kamara. You got to go Kamara. Tough matchup and all. You got to go Kamara. I can't start David Montgomery. I know they'll lean on the run a little more in this one, but it doesn't mean they're going to move the chains. It doesn't mean they're not going to be doing 3 and out type of thing all day long, bro. So I'm not putting my faith in the running game when the quarterback probably won't be able to move the football down the field. 406 people in here, 204 thumbs up. Let's pump those thumb up numbers up if we can. I appreciate everybody in here. Playing ETN, Kenneth I already just answered that one. Thank you, WRM. I appreciate your super chat, my guy. This is Hung Like Hernandez says, Gibson or Pierce this week. I'm going to say give me Pierce this week. It's a tough matchup. He could get game scripted out, but I just like the more guaranteed volume that he appears to have when the whistle blows. I understand game script could take him out, and this is certainly one of those games where it feels like it will. But I'm going to go ahead and say Pierce in this one just because of the pure talent, the ability for him to rip off a 65-yard touchdown run at any moment. Should I drop D. Watson for Brady? I would rather have Brady. I think Brady's on a mission. And I think that, yeah, Watson's intriguing, and I probably try and hold both of them. You have Dak, Brady, Watson. I probably try and hold all 3 of them. I don't know that I maybe wait and see and make your decision later if you can, but I think Brady's on a mission. And I think Brady is focused right now, and I think he's going to score a lot better and have a much better finish than he had at the beginning. And this team's been ravaged on the offensive line. They've had injuries in the wide receiver room. They're finally getting going. I think things are going to turn around for Brady, and I trust Brady more than I trust Watson. And I know that some might disagree, but that's okay. That's why we play the game. McLaurin, Watson, Keenan Allen. I think McLaurin is safer, but I like Keenan Allen, even with the high risk of re-injury and whatnot. I probably go Keenan Allen. He's Herbert's, number 1 target. He's back. I like Joshua Palmer a lot too, but I think Keenan Allen's the safer play. Javonte Williams not missing any games, says Ron Navy. Ron Navy got in the crystal ball. He figured it out, and Jamal is going to stay healthy the whole season. Thank you, Ron Navy. Appreciate you. Campbell versus Pittsburgh or DJ Moore versus Denver. I guess DJ Moore. They're going to be down throwing well, maybe they won't be. Probably DJ Moore, but probably based on talent. That's it. So, yeah, probably DJ Moore, but that's a tough one. Herbert or Geno this week. I'm going to go Herbert. Geno should have a good day, but I'm going to go Herbert myself. Michael, appreciate your super chat. Najee or Rashad White PPR this week. I think Rashad White's the call, bro. Look, Najee played well last week. Warren's injured, and he's not a factor. So, we're probably going to see guaranteed volume. For Najee going forward, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to spell to 5 yards per carry type production or even touchdowns. I am intrigued and encouraged by Najee Harris's increased volume and production. And I think that if you're in a bind and you need to trade away like a JJ or your team's not doing well, you might want to go to the Najee Harris owner, see what wide receiver they have, and try and get Najee and a big-name wide receiver for your JJ or your Tyreek Hill or your wide receiver. If you're in a bind and you're not going to win with the team you have right now, understand what I'm saying. Don't trade JJ. Don't trade JJ. But if you have to trade JJ, you have to trade Tyreek Hill. You have to trade Saquon Barkley. You have to trade Austin Eckler. You have nobody else. Your team has been ravaged with injuries and all kinds of disappointment. You have to trade. If you have to trade, you have to trade. Okay, so don't get it twisted up. Don't try and fix what isn't broken. But if your team's struggling, Najee Harris might be one of those running backs you can acquire with the wide receiver that's a really great wide receiver. And you might be able to get 2 for 1 that kind of help give you a shot, give you a fighting chance. I'm super excited for the Seahawks-Raiders game. Appreciate you, my guy. Where are we at here? Start Kirk or Olave. This is a no-brainer to me. It's Christian Kirk. He's got low-end wide receiver 1 appeal. Olave. Olave's got low-end wide receiver 1 appeal. Christian Kirk's good. He's a great flex or wide receiver 4. He's steady. I mean, you can count on Christian Kirk, but Olave's a low-end wide receiver 1, high-end wide receiver 2. No-brainer for me. I'm not saying don't get Kirk into another spot somewhere, but Olave's your starter. Also, Connor or Rashad White. Rashad White, it could go. Look, that's why we play the game. You know, Kadarius Toney flopped when we all thought he was going to have an amazing game. He didn't do anything. Got hurt right away. Rashad White's my pick, and I could not sit Rashad White for a Connor level player. We're excited about Rashad White. It's Rashad White season. And I'm here for it. Dulcich versus Carolina or Taysom versus San Fran. Probably Dulcich is safer. You know, I still like Taysom Hill. He's kind of a sneaky play. Tough matchup, but still a sneaky play. But Dulcich is a good option. The options where I'm saying Hill are like really bad options. And I'm saying, you know what? Roll the dice with Hill. Need to upgrade at wide receiver 2 or running back 2. Who can I get for Sanders? I mean, you wanted someone to just upgrade your running back by taking your running back. I mean, that's gonna be you're gonna have to find a player like, I don't mean, can you get Ramondre Stevenson from somebody without them knowing what had just happened? That, you know, he may have gotten a whole bunch more work because Damian Harris is on crutches right now. Tony Pollard had a disappointing game. Maybe you trade Sanders for Tony Pollard. You know, that's kind of what I'm thinking. If you want to do 1-for-1, that would be the move to make. That would be the move to make. $5 hauler from Sergio. Sergio says, for this week, possibly rest of season, full PPR at flex. Do I start Lazard, Boyd, or Pacheco? I go Pacheco. Easy call. I love when I see names that are like shaky. Lazard, Boyd, and then you get somebody that you really love, like Pacheco. Easy call. Pacheco, man. Averaging over 5 yards a carry, getting that 15 a carry type volume. And then if they start throwing to him, I mean, get ready. CeeDee Lamb and Waddle starting at wide receiver, Najee Pollard at running backs. I like your squad so far, Sergio. Keep doing your thing. Appreciate your super chat. Let's go back to the phone lines.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial into the show. Your boy Smitty will let you know where you should go with your fantasy football team, yo. Call in, dial in. Sergio, appreciate you. Tom, appreciate you. Travis, Fam First, Michael, Navage, appreciate you all dropping the super chats, the questions. Thank you guys all for all your support. And I'll, of course, hit the chat in between as we go. Connor, Jeff Wilson from Brian. I'm going to say Jeff Wilson all day long, bro. It's so easy. So easy. Stop it. Kirk is better than a wide receiver 4. Depends on your roster. Depends on a lot of things, Swaggy. Not everybody plays in the same exact size league, bro. So you stop it. Second chance, you're on the line, bro. You're live. What can I do for you?
Hey, Smitty. I just got a quick question. Last week, I lost because I played the wrong selection. I'm scared of making the mistake again, so I'm going to ask you. Basically, it's Kareem Hunt or Matt Collins, and I know it's not the best option, but
yeah,
Tony was supposed to be on selection. He's injured.
Kareem Hunt, Matt Collins. No offense, but I'm not going to waste my marker. Okay, on this board here. You know,
no, yeah.
I guess I go Hunt. I mean, Matt Collins is okay. I guess I go Hunt.
It's either those two or Zay Jones on waivers.
Probably Zay. Probably Zay, bro. I'll probably drop Hollins for Zay. I'll probably go Zay. Does everybody agree Zay Jones probably in the chat? I'd probably say Zay Jones, bro. I feel like he's just a little bit safer than Hollins. I like Hollins, buddy. I mean, he's not. He's kind of on that like delayed rookie track where it's like he popped up and then he kind of vanished again, and you know he's like, I don't know when he's coming back, man. Zay's they like Zay a lot. I think they could lean on him enough. I take Zay.
Okay.
All right, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you, Second Chance. Call in again if you got another one. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
This is Angel.
Ingo, what's up, Ingo?
Hi. I got Kyler Murray, Jay Waddle,
hold on,
Josh Jacobs.
You're just coming out firing. Okay, Kyler Murray, Jalen Waddle,
Debo, Josh Jacobs, Jay Williams already played. I got that Pittsburgh tight end. I got James Conner as my flex, and I got Dicker the kicker, and then I got San Fran's defense. But I'm kind of scared for the match I'm going against my uncle. because
Your uncle?
Stevenson had 20 points already, and he just picked up Jawan Johnson.
Ooh. Like he's good for about 7 points, so he's pretty good. He's been pretty steady. But okay, so you got Murray, Waddle, Debo, Jacobs, Connor, Muth.
Yeah.
And did I miss
Jay
the starter?
Williams.
Who?
Yeah. And Jay Williams, he already played. He was my
Jamal.
running back too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't be scared of your uncle, bro.
My question is that if Jacobs doesn't play, should I pick up Latavius Murray or that dude from Cincinnati?
Pirine.
Sean Perrin? Yeah.
Yeah, Pete. You got both of them wrong. It's Samaji Pirine.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you start him, you got to say it right though. Samaji Pirine. I probably start Pirine. I think he's steady, Eddie.
Okay.
I think he's gonna get. I think he's gonna get your uncle scared. You know, just like you're scared of him, he's gonna be scared of you. You got Dicker the kicker, bro. He's scared of you. You got all the power, bro. Debo, Waddle, Jacobs, Connor, Jamal, Muth. Yeah, I mean,
because his lineup is Aaron Rodgers, DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, Stevenson. I know he's gonna put Jawan Jennings. I mean, no, not Jawan Jennings. What's his name? Johnson from the tight end from New Orleans, and his flex is Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, you got it, bro. You got this.
Yeah,
you got this. Hopefully, Jacobs plays. I'll keep checking the news wires. Yeah, you got this, bro. Keep the faith in your boys. Work that waiver wire. Go get P. Ryan regardless. Who was the other guy on waivers? You said P. Ryan and who?
And Latavius Murray. But I have Drake as my bench.
Yeah. Murray's not bad either. Yeah. I think you're going to probably have Jacobs playing, bro. Everything that I've seen lately it's been pretty optimistic, but we'll know for sure. Probably in the morning. We might even know later tonight, but let me refresh everything. I don't see anything new. Yeah, nothing new. Nothing. I'm checking Twitter too right now as we speak. I'm pretty dialed in. I got like text message lines and things for different teams, and it was a surprising ad when he was added. So it's not like it's something that feels like it's. We'll have to see. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How we going?
All right. I've got 2 callers on the line. I just added somebody relatively recently. Can the guy that's been waiting a while go ahead and go first?
Hello?
Yep, you're up.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's your name?
Hey, I'm Johnny.
Johnny.
I just want to see if you can set my lineup for me.
Okay.
All right. So, well, this is already set, but
okay.
Give me one quick second. All right, we got Lamar Jackson.
Lamar.
We got Gabe Davis. Yes, sir. We got Olave. We got Skywalker. We got
Hello? I think he hung up on himself. Okay, next caller, you're up. Nice start to your team. Your team looks pretty good so far. All right, you're up, bro. You're live. Hello?
What's up, Smitty?
What's up?
This is Andrew.
What's up, Andrew? What can I do for you?
I just had a question. I had Fields. He was my main quarterback, and I got Watson on the bench, maybe going next week, but I got Brissett playing. And I wonder if I should drop him and pick up someone else. And here's my options. It's there ain't much to pick. It's a 12-man PPR. It's Heineke, Wilson, Mariota. Hold on one second. Mike White or Tannehill. That's pretty much it.
What does the chat think? Brissett or Mike White? Johnny's probably so mad at himself right now, banging his head on the steering wheel, making the call from his car. Johnny, you almost had it, bro. Call back in. What are we thinking here? Brissett? Are we thinking Mike White? Are we thinking... Those are some rough options, bro.
Yeah, I know. They're hoarding all the quarterbacks. A lot of these guys got two good quarterbacks. Like the guy that got hurt also has Tannehill sitting there on his bench all year.
Yeah. Chad Sam Brissett, I can't disagree. I mean, he's safer. You know, he's been doing I like Mike White. It's a tempting, it's a tempting proposition, but let's just sit back and enjoy Mike White. Let's not put any fantasy pressure on him. Let's go Brissett in this one. I think he's got the potential. You got Amari Cooper. There's just a lot of opportunity for a decent game. You know what I mean? You don't have to. You're not expecting the world. You're expecting him to get, 2 touchdowns and 220 yards. That'd be a good day for you. You'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I got one quick question.
Go ahead and mute me in the background, caller. I just added you, if you could. Go ahead with your second question, Andrew.
I got one. Okay, I need a wide receiver and a flex. I got Higgins, Olave, Godwin, Rashad White.
Okay, Higgins, Olave, who?
Olave, Godwin, and Rashad White. I need one receiver and one flex.
Okay, I'm going White, and I'm going Olave, and I'm not really thinking twice. I want Higgins in there. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if there's another way to make this work, but I'm starting White. I'm starting Olave. If you want to go total safe route, you could definitely put in Higgins over White if you wanted total safe route, or you could go Higgins over Olave, I suppose, because of the quarterback kind of mess going on in New Orleans. Like, there's reasons to be, concerned at times with Olave getting what he needs. He usually finds a way. He's not talented, but you could say Higgins and White are the safer two plays. I could understand it, but I love Olave. I think Olave is a wide receiver, a low-end wide receiver one that only vanishes because of his situation, not because of his talent. If this guy had a consistent quarterback, he'd be absolutely bonkers, bro. He'd be potential top 8 wide receiver. He's really developing and growing on me. I love this Olave kid. But I'd say White and Olave are the plays that I like the most. But Higgins is so hard to sit, with Jamar Chase out.
Yeah, it's tough this week. Especially with Fournette out too. It's so hard this week, picking between everything.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Do you need what do you need? Safety, or are you gonna do a you want a little bit of a dice roll? Do you need safety?
Well, he's got. Well, I'm up. I had St. Brown who did good for me, and he's got Mixon, and there's nothing for him to pick up. So I'm.
You know what? I'm gonna change my tune. Then I'm gonna say Higgins is probably a little bit safer. I think Olave's got more upside, but the quarterback situation concerns me. Go Higgins and White.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, because there's nothing for him to pick up in my league. Nothing.
Yeah, I'd go Higgins and White in that scenario, because White's guaranteed the volume, Higgins is guaranteed the volume, Olave's guaranteed the looks, but will they all be accurately thrown passes? And I love Olave. He's a must play for you, but in this scenario, I'm not minding that at all. Yeah, that could be the safe route.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right, bro, appreciate you.
Okay, I appreciate you too, buddy. Have a good night.
Yeah. I had 2 callers on hold, but they both hung up, so you guys are deuces. Phone lines are back open. Let me get to these super chats that have kind of rolled in here the last couple of minutes here. This one's from Joe. Joe says Pierce or White full PPR. I've answered this question 1,000 times, Joe. It's not your fault. I just letting you know that this is how passionate I feel about it. It's White. It's Rashad White. Pierce has got potential to get game scripted out. Very, very easy call for me. Miami should probably get up early in this game, and then they're just going to, they're going to run Zach Wilson. But I don't know if Pierce is going to get the second half run that we want. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
Yeah, that's Wes.
Wes, what's up?
Nothing much, man. I got a question about quarterback.
Okay.
You were just talking about it a few minutes ago, but Fields is out, and now I got Mariota, Heineke, or Mike White.
Man.
I clinched the playoffs. I got Watson next week. I had Fields that went out, but it's just out of the three, what are you thinking?
There's no other options you're not telling me about?
Maybe Tannehill.
Are you in Yahoo League?
Yeah, Yahoo League.
I'm not saying I'm doing it. I just want to know for curiosity's sake. Is Taysom Hill available? Because he's a quarterback and a tight end. I'm just curious. He could have 4 points. So,
check real quick.
But I just want to know if that option is available.
Somebody got him on the bench.
What's the chat think here? What's the chat think here? We got 400 people in here and only 238 thumbs up. That's not a bad number, but please punch that number. Let's get that to 300. What's the chat think? We going Heineke? We going Mike White? Is Josh Jacobs playing? We don't know yet. D Tate, Mariota, Heineke. Stay away from Bears. So okay, Tannehill. Heineke.
Brissett. I see Brissett on there.
Heineke. Oh, you do see Brissett? Oh, we gave that guy Brissett. Go Brissett. Brissett safer.
Grab Brissett.
Yeah. Do that. I like Mike White, but we want to see him play without that. We don't know what he's going to do fantasy wise. I want to see him lead this team to wins. I'm not so much focused on fantasy right now. Mike White does have a 400-yard, 3 TD game under his belt before he injured his elbow and then came out and dropped to nothing. But, I just want to see him. I'm not going to count on him from fantasy yet. But, yeah, pick up Brissett and roll with it. That's a good one.
Okay, if you got one more question, take one more question from me.
Yeah.
I was trying to get Scott Walker.
Who isn't?
And this is who I have to trade. Aaron Jones. I have Olave, Christian Kirk, P. Ryan. Nobody probably take him. Ramondre Stevenson. And then and Christian Watson. He offered Kenneth Walker and Von Jefferson. I don't want Von Jefferson, but he want to take Aaron Jones, Ramondre, and Watson. That's too much, right?
What would your team be?
So here's my lineup right now. If Fields wasn't hurt, it'd be Fields, T. Higgins, Christian Kirk, Barkley, Aaron Jones, Ramondre, and then on my bench I got Olave, Christian Watson, Cortland Sutton, and that's pretty much it.
Olave's on your bench. Why is Olave on your bench?
Sadly, I put Ramondre in my flex instead of my running back spot. So I don't have a flex right now. I just have Aaron Jones in there.
Yeah.
And then I got Higgins and Kirk.
So I wanted to hear your team because some people have like a overflow of talent, and I don't think I see that with your team. I'm not saying that your team's not. I'm not trying to say that in a bad way. I'm just being like, sometimes people tell me, should I make this trade? I'm like, no. They give me their team and they're just overflowing with talent, and it's like, yeah, you can do that. I think if you make this trade, your team probably it doesn't have enough firepower. I don't think you can make this deal and win. That's a lot of talent to send elsewhere, and Stevenson's about to, I think, get the kind of volume that I'd rather have Walker for sure, but he could rival top 10 running back numbers potentially with Harris out for a while, and we think he's out for a while. He was seen on crutches. We haven't got a real update. Let me look up Harris right now and see if we've got anything. But if Harris is out a significant amount of time, Stevenson's going to get overfed, and I think you're going to be carried by him. So let me see, Damian Harris. Damian Harris is the kind of guy, he's on crutches, and then all of a sudden he's better the next day, and you're like, what? Yeah, he was on crutches in the locker room after leaving the Patriots' Week 12 loss against the Vikings with a thigh injury. So that could be weight-bearing thing just to keep the thigh from, he could definitely play like in a week. Do I see him sitting a game or two? Probably, but maybe he plays right away. I don't know. So I don't think I do this move, bro. You kind of need to count on Aaron Jones and Stevenson balling out to win anyway. If you trade away, both of them, you have no depth.
Right.
I'd say no. Try and get him to do it for like cool. Kirk and Aaron Jones and Watson or something like that. I would do that. And then throw Olave in your lineup and keep Stevenson. Try and do everything you can. Even like Olave and Aaron Jones, I would trade for Walker, but I would try and trade Kirk, Watson, and Aaron Jones. That's something that he might consider if he likes Watson enough, but.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll probably just keep what I have.
Yeah.
And, I do want Walker, but at the same time, I won't be able to play everybody. And I'm trying to do 3 receivers instead of 3 running backs.
Yeah. All right, bro.
Yeah, so I can get Olave in there, but I appreciate it, man.
All right, man. Yeah, keep working the trade ideas, though. Don't stop, coming up with ideas. There's ways to go get ETN. Try ETN for Aaron Jones, Watson, and Kirk. Maybe you get him. Go to another player, another owner. All right, appreciate you, Wes.
Right. Will do. Thanks again.
Yep. All right, you're up on the Fantasy Football Show. You're live. What can I do for you?
Hey, Smitty, it's Josh. How's it going?
What's up, Josh? What can I do for you?
Okay, so I just want to know if I'm overthinking this or not. So I started Jared Goff this Thursday, KB 23. My running backs is Eckler and Barkley. Barkley got me 15. I'm in a 3 wide receiver set right now. I got Pittman, A.J. Brown, and Lazard in.
What do you call him? A Lazardin?
Lazard.
Lazard
in the lineup.
Okay. So you have Barkley, Eckler, and who? Name those again.
Barkley and Eckler, and then Pittman, A.J. Brown, and Alan Lazard.
Okay. A.J. Brown.
And then I picked up Foster Monroe because I really don't trust without Justin Fields, Cole Kmet doing anything. And then here's where I'm like really overthinking it possibly. Right now I'm in a super flex a 5-point passing touchdown league instead of a 4 or 6. So right now I have Matt Ryan or Aaron Rodgers to choose, but I also have Rashad White on the bench. Do I play Rashad White in the super flex position over Matt Ryan? Or do I play Aaron? I also have Eagles defense, so I really don't want to play Aaron Rodgers in the Eagles defense.
That's tough. What does because quarterbacks just score so much more in that 5-point per TD pass type of league.
Yeah,
that's tough, man. I mean, even
Matt
Ryan.
Right now, ESPN is projecting Matt Ryan 16, Aaron Rodgers 18, and Rashad White 15.
Yeah, it could be close.
And I'm down. I'm already down 39 points already.
What's the chat think? Does he go with one of the quarterbacks? So you're choosing between both those quarterbacks or one of those quarterbacks and Rashad White, right?
So I already locked out the quarterback position with Jared Goff.
Oh, God, that's right, Goff. I'm
flex,
sorry. So
yeah.
Okay, so you're going with one of these players, Rashad White, Aaron Rodgers, or Matt Ryan. Kind of feel like you can't sit. You have 2 quarterback options there.
Yeah.
I don't think.
And I really don't want to. It's like I want to play Aaron Rodgers, but it's also, or I could drop. I was hoping on some injuries from Kansas City, so I picked up Sky Moore. I could pick up Sky Moore or drop Sky Moore and get Jets defense and sit the Eagles defense and play Aaron Rodgers, but I really don't trust that. Like the way that Green Bay's been playing, I just trust Eagles defense plus who they added.
I think I want the Jets D in my lineup if I can. Jets D are gonna have a day. I think against the Bears, they're gonna have a day.
So you rather play Jets over Philly?
I think so this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody disagree with that in the chat? I mean, you talk about no Fields. Bears struggle to. They're the most like Fields is the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. That means that quarterback coming in is gonna get blasted, bro. Like there's gonna be at least one defensive Jets touchdown. You know, I feel like I think they're an amazing play this week, bro. Amazing play.
So with that said, would you play Aaron Rodgers over Matt Ryan Monday night? I mean, I do have Michael Pittman in there also.
I think I'm going to say Rashad White. I'm going to say Rashad White, Jets D, roll it out. It's really tough to say that, but like, I mean, at the same time, like super flex at all sometimes it doesn't matter. Like I got Trevor Lawrence that sometimes he does well and sometimes he literally does nothing in my super flex. And I'm like, I'm starting him each week because he's a quarterback. And you know, like there have been times where I've had a pretty decent option on the bench and I went because there's like I probably go, I know it's 5 points per TD pass instead of 4, but Rodgers is okay. If you're feeling like a little bit skittish about it, go Rodgers. But I do believe I'd probably roll Rashad White out there. It feels pretty safe. You know, I don't know. And they're probably projecting him at a pretty safe amount. I think 15. I think he scores 15 to 21 points. And yeah.
Would that? I mean, are you kind of thinking like no matter what option, I'm kind of still within that range with Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan, and Rashad White, kind of like within that point range?
Yeah, they're all close, man. They're all real close.
Okay, I got you. But you would start Jets defense over Eagles, right?
I would start. Yeah, I mean, I think I just said that for sure, bro.
Okay, I got you.
We might call you second chance. What's your name? Josh. Right? We'll start calling you second. Two-time Josh.
Two-time Josh.
Josh needs to hear it twice. I'm like, I love the Jets D. It's a fantastic play. So you think the Jets D?
Okay.
Do you ask your wife? Do you ask your wife twice if the milk's good? Is the milk good? Yeah, it's good. I just bought it last week. Are you sure the milk's good?
Well, I'm still smelling it 3 different times.
All right, appreciate you, Josh. The milkman. That's what you're gonna be called, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hold on. Can we call you the milkman?
Sure.
Milkman Josh. That's an amazing name. Okay, Milkman. The Milkman Josh. Phenomenal name. Bro, that's almost as good as a laundry mat. All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Milkman out later. The Milkman. That's amazing. These names just come out of nowhere, don't they? We're making dreams come true on this show. Let's see here. Another caller here, and then we got some super chats I got to get to. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to? This the mailman?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My name is Justin.
Justin, what's up?
Nothing much. I just had a quick question on who should I start for my flex position tomorrow, and it's between Keenan Allen and Chris Olave, and I'm pretty torn.
As much as I like Keenan Allen being back and all, it's pretty easy for me. Olave, like I've said, is a wide receiver 1 potential each week. He won't always deliver that. He's going to dance in the 2-1 category, but I love Olave, man. So good.
Is there any concern for his matchup against San Fran?
Yeah. I mean, there is. Keenan Allen, maybe safer, I suppose, but I just feel like Olave, they should move him all around the field. I don't know. Is anybody overly concerned to the point where they put Olave on the bench for Keenan Allen? I'm just curious. Keenan Allen's been missing for so long. He did come back and have a very solid game, though. I think it was like 90 yards or something, 5 or 6 catches for 90 yards. What did Keenan Allen have? It was a pretty good first game back. I was actually pretty impressed with what he did. But it's just like, I don't know. Let's let the chat decide here. Let's see if they can sway me.
Especially with the risk of re-injury, too.
Yeah, that's the only thing that worries me about him is like I just don't trust him yet, whereas Olave's been solid, man. He's been really solid.
Right.
I'm putting in Olave, yeah.
And another thing that might depend on this is I also have Jeff Wilson at my running back spot. So I'm thinking if he goes off tomorrow against Houston, because Keenan Allen and Chris Olave, their games start at 4 o'clock. So it kind of goes down to the wire. I have to see how my 1 o'clock games go. So I'm not too sure yet. I'm kind of leaning towards Olave now that you say of it because, like I said, I'm not too high on Keenan Allen with his risk of re-injury after seeing what happened to Mike Williams last week. So it's a hard decision, man. It's a hard decision.
Yeah, I get you, bro, but I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say, a lot, if we're going off of, talent, like I know, I'm not trying to suggest Keenan Allen isn't talented, but Olave's just, I feel like Olave's on another level right now. We don't know what level Keenan Allen's on. He's certainly good. He's certainly a good player. I definitely feel like he could be, be a solid wide receiver. I don't know, 2 moving forward. Like he could be solid, but I think Olave's for sure a solid versus, there's some overlap. They could be in the same place any given week. Like Keenan Allen could outscore him slightly because there's overlap. But Olave's going this way, and Keenan Allen's dipping into Olave's low. And it's like maybe Keenan Allen can outscore him some weeks when Olave's having his worst game, and his worst game is partially due to not getting the right targets and volume. But traditionally, or on the average, I'm going to say Olave, even on his mediocre game, is going to score what Keenan Allen's scoring on his big game. But you never know. You never know. If Keenan Allen can prove he's a wide receiver 1 still and has an explosion, like I wouldn't be shocked if I came out here and said, man, Keenan Allen's back. You know what I mean? Like I just want to put that out there. I don't want you to be like thrown off if next week I'm like, wow, Allen's fantastic. Like, I mean, this is a fluid. You got to stay fluid and loose, bro. And everything's evolving. It's ever changing. And sometimes things, you got to be flexible. And so my expectations for Keenan Allen are flexible, but right now I'd say Olave. Give me Olave. Final answer.
Right. And I just had a couple more questions just to get your thoughts on some of my players that I have in my lineup this week.
Hit me with it.
First, I just wanted to see what were your thoughts on Pat Fryermuth's matchup against the Colts.
Top, I mean, after the big 2 tight ends, Andrews and then Kittle up above him. I mean, it's like Muth could be 1 or, number 3. I mean, he could be number 7. He could be number 3. The matchup doesn't necessarily concern or excite me in either direction. I think he's a good play. He's going to be a good play for the remainder of the season. He could be number 3 or number 7, number 3, number 8. If you got him, you start him. Unless you've got 2 options that are like nearly identical, like you've got, I don't know, like for this week, for example, Fryermuth is probably number 4 or 5 overall across the industry. If you average all the, industry rankings and projections, and I would say Hawkinson, Kittle, Fryermuth, Dalton Schultz are all real close. Like unless you've got Dalton, who I probably start over Fryermuth, I think Fryermuth can be hard to sit.
Right. I definitely agree with that.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
What are your thoughts?
Go ahead. One more.
Thank you. Just one more. Okay. What are your thoughts on the Chiefs' defense against the Rams?
I think they're going to have a fantastic day going up against a shaky quarterback without Stafford in there, bro. That thing's going to fall apart. It's already falling apart. Imagine what it's going to be like with an inexperienced quarterback in there tossing, missiles all over the place. Give me KC. KC's going to be a big running the football Pacheco season. Pacheco in the second half. Let's go. Mahomes will have a nice little quarter and a half, maybe 2 quarters, and then they might just run the ball. I don't know.
Right.
Who knows? Anything can happen. All right, man. Appreciate you. Later. All right, I gotta get to these super chats here. Super chats are on screen now. We got a $5 hauler from Cameron. Cameron says, Juju Lazard need upside. Also, my wife heard you on a video earlier and went to the moon, and I'm proud husband. Can you send Stephanie to the moon? Let's see. She said what? My wife heard you on a video earlier and went to the moon, I guess is what she said. That's awesome. All right. Cameron, you still here? Let me put this aside. Make sure you're ready to go. Okay? I'll set it right here. I don't know if you want to screen record, whatever you want to do. I'll even wish her a fake happy birthday, bro. You can use this for a birthday wish. I'll tell you what. I'll make this an all-encompassing, what's her name again? Stephanie video for you. So I'm going to wait and see if he's here. I'm going to give you the whole works, bro. Birthday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day. We're going to do the whole works for you. You could cut this up for a year, bro. This is what you call the best cameo you've ever gotten in your whole life. We'll wait for him. We'll wait, see if Cameron's here. Cameron, you ready? Duvall, Swaggy, much rather take the risk where Dylan was getting... I don't know what he's talking about. A lot of people thought Dylan is going to get 50%. Yeah, Dylan's been a big disappointment, but you never know. It could change in a heartbeat. Where's Cameron? Cameron, you here? Cameron fell asleep. Cameron fell asleep. If Cameron's wife's still watching, can you let us know if you're there? Because Cameron fell asleep. We're trying to send you to the moon and Cameron to the moon, but Cameron fell asleep during his shuttle mission. The launch is happening right now, and Cameron's sleeping at the wheel. We got 407 people in the building. Hit that thumb up button on the way in the door, out the door while you're sitting there. I don't see Cameron. I think Cameron left. Ben, appreciate you. All right, let's get to this while we decide to see if Cameron's here. Smitty, you're the man. Appreciate you. You're the man, Scotty Do. Championship team. Allen, Eckler, Stevenson, Singletary. Rashad White, Godwin, Higgins, Olave. Freiermuth is my tight end. Eckler, Stevenson, Josh Allen, Rashad White, Godwin, Higgins, Olave. Yeah, that could win. I mean, do I think you're probably ranked number 1 in your entire league? I bet you there's a team or two that feel a little bit stronger than yours, but yours could step up, win one game at a time, one foot in front of the other. Would I bet against this team winning? No, I wouldn't, if that makes you feel better. I think you're probably in the mix of about 3 or 4 teams. I think it comes down to Stevenson, and if he gets running back 1 volume, and then one of your White or Godwin or Olave or Higgins have to explode, and I think you're going to be in it. I don't know where Cameron is, bro. We'll wait for Cameron. Cameron, I'm gonna put you over in the corner here until you come back, so we can do this right. Thank you, Scotty Do, for your super chat, my guy. Appreciate you. The next super chat is from Quantum. Appreciate you, Quantum. Pick 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and a tight end. Adams, Debo, lock it in. Walker, Stevenson. I mean, you've already started Stevenson though, right? Or you already started him, or you didn't start him. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is just for the remainder of the year. But it would be Walker and Stevenson right now for me. And then the flex would either be Olave. Oh God, you have ETN. Okay, so it's ETN and Walker. I'm sorry. So your flex is either going to be Stevenson or Olave. You got a good team here, bro. Stevenson or Olave. It's going to be matchup based, bro. But I think I'd probably start Stevenson over Olave at this current point in time. Still no Cameron, huh? Thank you for your super chat. KCM with a $10
To the moon.
hauler. All $10 haulers get a moonshot. KCM, appreciate you. KCM says, evening, Smitty. Thanks for the great content as always. Appreciate you, broski. Also, if anyone hasn't dropped a like on the stream, give a thumbs up, please, says KCM. KCM, I appreciate you just dropping a super chat to make sure people are thumbing up and subscribing. Cameron, where are you, Cameron?
Hit that subscribe button if you're new and wipe your feet at the door.
And also, just in case anybody wondered if I'm dropping the ball and working out, this is me. This is me on 11/20. This is me on 11/20 taking a photo. Smitty will be ripped by Christmas. I got called out by my boy Johnny Lawrence. You know, typical Johnny Lawrence type behavior. Lawrence bullied me and said, Smitty, you never follow through on your workout regime. And so this is challenging me. Proving Johnny wrong in 28 days, 39 hours and 39 minutes. 28 hours, 0 minutes, 39 minutes, I'm sorry. 28 days. Look, you get it. 28 days. What am I doing here? Can't even think anymore. Can't even read anymore. I've lost my ability to read and comprehend when I get about 2 hours into a live stream. I'm 28 days away. 28 days away and 38 minutes from proving Johnny Lawrence wrong and being completely ripped. Look at me in the photo on the left, wearing on your left, wearing a meat suit. Apparently that's what I look like right there. That's my normal look. And I'm going to either explode or cut down, and I'm cutting down. And I'm taking Johnny Lawrence's little joshing to heart. And by Christmas Day, your boy Smitty's going to be ripped. I'm wearing this Grindhouse gear, by the way. You can get it at grindhouse.com. I'm wearing this, putting on the sweatsuit in here, doing a couple jabs, doing a jabs uppercut, and sweating off the LBs. I'm going to go running later. Johnny, you don't intimidate me. Johnny. Got Mr. Miyagi on my side. Thomas Reese, Higgins, or Rashad White. I'm going, look, Higgins is probably safer. I think we had this question earlier. Higgins is safer. I really want Rashad White out there. Is there any way? I'm not telling you to bench Rashad White. You're not going to hear those words come out of my mouth. There's got to be another way, Thomas, to start Rashad White. There's got to be. Where is Cameron? Cameron, I'm trying to give a moonshot to the missus, bro. Is Cameron coming in here? Where's Cameron? There's Cameron. Okay, Cameron, you here? You ready, Cameron? Let me put this aside. Cameron, are you ready? You got this screen grabbed? Is it ready to go? Cameron, I want you to be ready to go. Let me know when you're ready. Screen grabbing it. It's good to go. This is an all-encompassing cameo that you're going to be able to use all year long. All right, here we go. Ready? Stephanie, right? Stephanie, Cameron wants you to know that you're special, and he wants to send you to the moon.
To the moon.
Not only that, he wants to wish you a Merry Christmas, a happy birthday, happy Valentine's Day, happy anniversary, happy birth of our child. We're naming Smitty. Stephanie, to the moon.
To the moon.
Appreciate Stephanie putting up with you, Cameron. I mean, you got to keep her there. Woman literally walks around saying, to the moon, to the moon. Dude, just cut that up. Every holiday, just send it to her. She'll think you're doing this every single day. This guy's reaching out. Best cameo you've ever got. Okay, this one's from Cameron. Cameron says, Juju or Lazard need upside also. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the old one. Look at me. Did I answer the question? Maybe I didn't answer the question. I think that's why I kept it on screen. Juju or Lazard. Probably going, as long as Juju's healthy, I guess I go Juju, but just check in the morning, make sure everything's good to go on him. Trade Amon-Ra for Chase. I'd rather have Amon-Ra over Chase right now. 8-3, 10-team PPR, Hurts, CMC, Eckler, Adams, A.J. Brown, Higgins, Andrews, Jamar Chase. Very, very good team. Should I bench anyone for Rashad White? Well, Jamar Chase isn't playing. Or Jamar Chase on the bench. Okay, I see what you're saying. You can't bench anybody. You can't. I mean, I want you to play Rashad White, but you can't unless Jamar Chase is in your lineup. I think you're saying Jamar Chase on the bench. Then you can't. You can't sit Higgins, I don't think. It's a close one, though. You know, I mean, I really want Rashad White in there. I don't think you can do it, though. I don't think it's smart. Higgins is in for a big workload. Thomas, appreciate you. Thomas says, Debo, Palmer, or Ayuk. I'm going Debo. Is this really a debate? I mean, Debo just had a really good week 11, bro. I don't think you can sit Debo for those options. Like, you know, we worry about Debo's inconsistency, but how are we going to sit him? Thomas, appreciate you. Only way to play White is to sit Etienne or Walker. Then you're not playing White, unfortunately. I wish you could, man. I really wish you could. Quantum dropped a $10 hauler with no attached message, so I'm going to go searching for you, Quantum. I'm going to go searching for it. Please ask me another question if you can. I see your super chat, but I don't see a follow-up. I got you pulled up, so if you drop a message, I'll see it. So do me a favor, a solid, and type in whatever question you have. Oh, I think you're just saying you did start Stevenson. Maybe that was what you're... Yeah, you got a good squad. You got a good squad. You got rich person problems, Quantum. You know, Debo, Adams, Walker, Etienne, Stevenson. Unbelievable squad. Nice job starting Stevenson. Way to go, pal. Unbelievable. Quantum says started Stevenson already. Okay, you're just dropping a $10 hauler just to let me know. That's what I call... That's what I call loyalty right there. That man right there, Quantum. Quantum flow. His flow is solid. Quantum's flow is solid. It's firm. It's solid. It's the dude keeps it real. Thank you, Quantum. Keep it flowing, bro. Smitty, should I trade Amon-Ra for Chase again? I would take Amon-Ra personally. Sat Stevenson, I'm playing CMC, Walker, and Wilson Jr. Can't blame you for that. Playing CMC, ETN, and White in the flex. Let's hope for a huge day. Yes, sir. Smitty, should I trade? I already answered this one. JT or ETN? Probably lean JT, but I don't know, bro. I mean, that could go 100. How do you have this problem? How did you not make a trade earlier? Jacobs or Rashad White? Jacobs may not play. Probably will, but he's, you know, you got to go Rashad White, I think. CMC to the moon, says Matt. I could give you a moon shot.
To the moon.
Of course I can. I'm thinking about starting White over Jacobs. You should be. Any games with weather? Who's our weather consultant here? Can somebody get on the weather for us? Let us know what we're looking at. It used to be Derek Lincoln, I think, that used to do that. We need somebody else to drop some weather knowledge for us real quick. Somebody look up the weather. Somebody reliable. Somebody from the chat we trust. Drop the weather. P. Ryan, Paris Campbell, Watson, or Gus Edwards. P. Ryan for me, my guy. I think Watson and P. Ryan are the two best players there. P. Ryan is slightly ahead of him. Starting White over Debo because I don't have an adequate Debo if he can't go. I don't know what that means, Owen. Appreciate you, though. Calling people a bozo, but says he would take Dylan over JT and Walker. All right, guys, calm down in the chat. I don't know if two of you are bickering about something. And I've seen Dylan a lot in the chat. Just let it go. Who cares, all right? Who cares? Let it go. Move on. St. Brown and Kamara for Chubbs. I take St. Brown and Kamara and I run, bro. Run. All right, enough of the bickering in the chat. I'm going to say it one more time, or people are going to go in timeout. In fantasy, he is trash. What are we talking about? What are we talking about here? Is Gus playing? I don't think he is. I think Gus is out, bro. Gus the bus, is he? I think he's out. I want to say I remember seeing he's out. Is questionable for week 12. Looks like he's not officially out. We'll see. Maybe he gets in. I probably I'd say he's out. Clearly, you didn't catch on to the joke. This is Ty. Too much for Chubb. But if you get St. Brown and AK, do it. Yeah, St. Brown and AK, that's a whole heck of a lot, bro. All right, phone lines back open.
To the moon.
Phone lines to the...
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial in to thy show. We're talking about AJ Dillon. Okay, who cares about it? Let's move on. Convince me to play Kamara over Najee. I'm not mad at you, Owen. Or whoever it was, Ty. We'll just move on. Play Kamara over Najee, Smitty. I would play Kamara over Najee, but I'm okay with playing Najee over Kamara. I wouldn't blame you, because it is a tough matchup, but like I'm not scared about playing Kamara. I'm not scared about playing Olave. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show, Daniel, and then I got another caller on hold. Just hang tight for me. Try to keep the mouth breathing to a minimum, caller. Daniel, you are up.
Hey, what's going on, Smitty?
What's up?
All right, so it's a quick one here. Pittman or Palmer this week?
Okay, so I like Pittman. I want it to be known that I like Pittman, but until he bounces back fully, I think you could trust in the guy that just dropped, a pretty decent game and is the number 2, the clear number 2. And now we'll probably see a lot of good looks, very good wide open looks now that Keenan Allen's back on the field commanding defensive attention. So I'm going to lean Palmer. Doesn't mean I won't be like, yeah, Pittman's back, amazing, can't wait. We definitely might see that out of Pittman. So
yeah, I feel like I can play Pittman only because the matchup I had this week, I'm already ahead, But it's one of those, I drafted Pittman, so I'm waiting. This is like the one matchup where it's like, all right, we've already gotten this far in the season. He's got Pittsburgh. We can't bust with this one. But I also sat Palmer last week, and he dropped 30. So, and I lost. That's, all right, Pittman, you're saying Palmer's probably safer then?
yeah, Palmer, yes, twice.
Palmer, all right. And then real quick, what do you think about Kyren? Like, do you think, obviously this season, right, it's a bust for the Rams, but, do you see this guy having any kind of value rest of the season? He's really like the guy that I just want to drop to pick somebody else up with, but I'm like, well, I'm kind of waiting to see if they give him a shot. And then, I don't know, he's got some cake matchups the rest of the way out, so...
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Kyren Williams, he needs to prove it first. You know what I mean? We need to see volume. Yeah. We can't even speak to it. We could guess all we want. We have no clue. Nobody has a clue. And not to mention McVay's very, very surprising with a lot of his quarterback moves. So let's not. We can't put the cart before the horse with Kyren. I do like him a lot. I talked him up big time before he's even drafted, like this. So he's not just some like random guy that has an opportunity. I do like him. He's smaller though, but we'll see. We got to let it play out.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
I think I'm going to hold him for one more week. All right. Hey, appreciate it.
Yeah, call back if you have another one. And I don't know if Ty's
Will do.
Trolling on this, Ty. Like, what is this question, bro? What is this question? Rashad White or
Dylan.
You what?
Nah. It was the guy Ty in there. I think he was talking about AJ Dillon.
No, but he threw out.
He's top 5 rest of the season if Jones goes down.
I don't know if he's obviously trolling because then he puts up a Devontae Adams versus Rashad White question. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah. All right. Hey, appreciate it.
All right, later. Come on, Ty. Stop dropping the troll. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. I just added somebody. If you could wait a second, I'm going to go with the guy that's been sitting a little bit. You're next, caller. You're live.
You talking to me, Smitty?
Let's go with you. Let's go with you, Fish.
Hi. This is Superfish. Yeah.
What's up, Superfish?
Well, I have an issue with my flex. I think I've got it right, but I wanted your take on it.
Okay.
What happened was I had ETN and Rashad White starting in the 1 and 2 spot. I had James Conner before I saw Leonard Fournette go down, and I have Chris Godwin, who was in my flex, but I already started Justin Jefferson and Gabe Davis, so they're locked in. So I put Connor in my flex. You think that's better than Chris Godwin? I don't know about the rain in Cleveland, but
man.
And let me tell you, I also have a Pacheco.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I would say, what's the chat think on this? Godwin or Connor? Godwin or Connor? I mean, honestly, it could go either way. I mean, Rashad, ETN are locks for me.
Oh, definitely. They're up there.
I probably lean. I mean, Connor's so capable of scoring touchdowns, and I could see it now. I could see him scoring now. But you've already got JJ and Gabe Davis locked in. You've got to start these two. And so.
And also, by the way, I'm non-PPR, so that's important.
I just circled Godwin as you said that. Yeah, I'd probably go Connor then. If it's non-PPR, I go Connor. So let me take that back. Yeah. If it's non-PPR.
All right, then I have one more question.
Okay. Hit me with it.
I heard you talking earlier about the Jets over the Eagles. I also have the Eagles. The Jets are available on the waiver wire, but I'm not sure who I should drop.
Okay. Who do you got to drop?
All right, on my bench, Leonard Fournette, who's out, Chris Godwin, Christian Kirk, Komet, the tight end, Pacheco, George Pickens, and I just picked up Deshaun Watson for next week, just in case something happens to Josh Allen. I had Justin Fields, but I didn't think he'd be the same player, so I ended up dropping him.
So, can you say the worst players again? You don't need to read all the decent players like Godwin and all that. Who are your four worst players?
Well, I would say worst to first, Deshaun Watson, Leonard Fournette, and maybe Komet and George Pickens. I've got Goddard in my IR.
And who's your other tight end?
My other tight end is Freiermuth.
Yeah, I'd probably drop Komet, I suppose.
And pick up the Jets?
Yeah, and play them. They're a strong play this week.
And not drop the Eagles. I want to keep the Eagles, right?
Yeah, I probably would keep the Eagles. I suppose you could pick up the Jets and roll with them all year, but I mean the Eagles are fire too. You know, you could rotate those two defenses all year long. What are the Eagles? Do you have the scoring in front of you? What are the Eagles scoring in your particular format?
They got them projected at 6.1.
No, on the
last few weeks.
On the year, like what are they ranking?
Well, they scored 9 last week, 7 the week before, 8, 13. That's going.
So I've got them on the season. I've got the Eagles number 3 is what I was going for. Yeah, Jets are 7. I don't normally like holding 2 defenses, but I think in this situation, you cornerstone 2 top 5 defenses. That could win you a championship if you play it right. So I'm gonna say definitely drop Komet, grab the 2 Ds and just rotate those bad boys.
Okay, yeah, the Eagles are ranked 3rd in my league.
Yeah, it's most scoring formats are the same on defense, but I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, I mean they're number 3. They're number 3. Cowboys are 1 across the board, pretty much in any scoring format, but the Eagles are like 2 or 3 or 4. And the Jets are climbing fast. The Jets are probably like 6 or 7. So you have 2 top 5, 2 top 6 defenses you could rotate. It's gonna be a nice season for you, the finish of the season, because I think you're gonna score like 10 to 15 points a game minimum with your defensive plays each week.
Yeah, I'm 6 and 5 right now. I was 5 and 1, and all of a sudden I hit a wall. Now I'm 6 and 5.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate you.
All right, so, just to be sure, you'd rather drop Komet over Deshaun Watson?
I mean, you probably have a better chance of using Deshaun Watson than Komet if you got Freiermuth. You're good. I like Komet. Komet's okay, but yeah, I'd rather have the backup quarterback's position locked down.
All right, I appreciate you.
All right, appreciate you. Later. Okay, next caller, you're up. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. What can I help you with?
What up, Smitty? It's me, Johnny. I got cut off earlier because I had an emergency with a dog that ate something that they shouldn't have.
How's the dog? The dog okay?
But, yeah, the dog's fine. They're just in a
dog's okay.
Yeah, our dogs are okay.
Okay, good.
So basically, I have a good problem now.
Right.
I'm like stacked up on running backs. Tried to trade them away, but nobody wanted to. So deadline's over, and I'm like maybe overthinking it with who to play. But here's my lineup again. I got Lamar Jackson. Gabe Davis just played. Kind of put up a little stinker, but it's all right. I was gonna put Jamar Chase in, but now I have Olave in. I got Kenneth Walker in. I have Derrick Henry, Taysom Hill, Jeff Wilson Jr. And then on my bench, I put ETN, Pacheco, and Rashad White, and Christian Watson. And I'm more or less just like tripping about like who to play for running back. I'm like getting the urge and the itch to play Rashad White over Derrick Henry, which sounds crazy because I know this dude has carried me all the way to the probably going to be carrying me through the playoffs too. But am I just like, should I just hold the bullet and like, put in all my first rounders and also like Kenneth Walker and ETN? Because I actually put ETN out for Jeff Wilson Jr.
Yeah, start your studs, bro. Start your studs.
All right.
Like, what are you doing here?
Start the studs.
Like,
right.
who got you here? Who got you here?
getting itchy,
ETN?
man. I want to see Rashad get those
I know
points.
you want to see him score, but what? Who got you here? ETN got you here. Who got you here? Henry got you here. Who got you here? Walker got you here. You have rich person problems.
Deserves the rest.
You have good depth that can help you if you need it. Could Pacheco or Rashad White outscore any one of these running backs on a given day? Yeah, I mean, it can happen, and you can't kick yourself for it. Like, you sound like, no offense, because, I have a little bit of me does this too. I think we all have this, so don't take offense to this. But you sound like a little bit of the second guessing Gary here, where you like, if Rashad White goes out and outscores Henry, you're going to be like, I knew it. Let me tell you something. You didn't know it or you would have done it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta throw that to the wind, man. It doesn't matter if you're wrong. You didn't know it or you would have done it. Okay. Start your studs.
You're right.
8 times out of 10, it's going to work out. 2 times it's not going to, and you got to be okay with that. What's your record? 7 wins, 8 wins? What are you looking at?
Oh man, I climbed up on this one. Made those trades. I'm at 7-4, and I'm 4th place, right behind the highest scoring 7-4, and then there's 2 people with 8-3.
Yeah, start your studs, bro. Start your studs. When Chase gets back, you're going to be even in a bigger dilemma.
Just to be clear.
Yeah, let's clear it up again.
Henry.
Let's ask twice just to make sure. But go ahead.
All right, we got Henry, Skywalker, and ETN.
Yeah. Do those sound like the studs to you, bro? They look like studs to me.
Good.
They look like studs to me. Yeah, Jeff. So you have to put Jeff Wilson on the bench.
I'd have to. I had chosen to take out ETN for Jeff Wilson just because of the matchup.
Look, that one's not crazy. I probably wouldn't do it. Jeff Wilson is borderline stud this week because the matchup's amazing. But I can't sit ETN, but I wouldn't like make you take like 100 laps on. You start sitting Henry or Walker, you're gonna be, no show for you for 2 weeks. Okay.
All right.
But you,
and Rashad White, would that be over Jeff Wilson Jr. or
what did I just say, bro? I just gave you a little leeway and said if you were to put Jeff Wilson in over ETN, I wouldn't make you take a massive lap. Now you're trying to push it into, so now it could be Rashad White in place of Jeff Wilson and ETN.
I need clarity, Smitty.
Let me spell it for you. Walker, Henry, Etienne are your top 3 running backs that got you here. If you wanted to get cute, Jeff Wilson is borderline stud this week, and I'd be okay with it. But as much as I love Rashad White, you cannot put Etienne on the bench for Rashad White. And you can't put Etienne on the bench for Jeff Wilson and then by proxy be like, oh, well, now it's just Jeff Wilson. I could put Jeff Wilson on the bench for Rashad White. You just want to get a degree closer to putting Etienne on the bench for Rashad White. You can't.
I'm gonna give my little itch in, and I'm gonna make it cute. I'll put in Jeff Wilson Jr. and I feel happy. Thank you.
Both of those plays are good, Jeff Wilson and Etienne. But I sitting Etienne's a dangerous game, bro. That's all I'm gonna tell you. But I appreciate you. What's your name, by the way?
Man,
we got to give you a nickname right now.
Johnny.
Huh?
What is it? It's not Gary. It's Johnny.
Johnny. What can we give Johnny? What's Johnny's nickname, chat? Don't hang up yet, Johnny. Let's give you your nickname before you leave. We're going to christen you with a nice, shiny nickname. This is going to be...
It's cool, man. I love nicknames. It feels like it's prison.
Yeah, like double clarification. Is clarification Johnny? What kind of name are we going to give him? Like,
how about this? Just to be sure, Johnny.
You can't give your own nickname, bro.
I know you're right, but I'm damn good at it. Oh, sorry.
Just unsure, Johnny. Jumping Johnny on the spot. Johnny not on the spot. Johnny 2 times. We've had that before. Johnny 2 times. Johnny Big Jaws. Johnny Sins. Jittery Johnny. Unsure. Not sure, Johnny. Let's see. We'll go unsure, Johnny. Yeah, unsure, Johnny. It's okay, Johnny. Like that's human nature to be unsure, but you're definitely like Johnny the Weasel might be good because you're trying to. Now, don't take offense to this. I'm not calling you Weasel, but you tried to weasel your way into a Rashad White start. By angling what I was saying. You were weaseling out the mathematics of that. You know what I mean? You're like
psychiatry to me.
Yeah, you're calculating. You're trying
Psychology.
to Johnny the Weasel? Would it be? Are you offended by Johnny the Weasel?
No, man. I think animals are great.
He loves it. Maybe it's Johnny the Weasel. Call him the Weasel. I like it. That's a good name. That's a real good name. We'll keep you as unsure, Johnny, but we might change it to the Weasel. Appreciate you for the call, my boy.
All right, salute.
Yeah, later.
Appreciate it.
This guy, I tell you, you guys think I'm joking when I tell you that I literally have to reassure people 8 times, sometimes on my text line even, which you can get at The Fantasy Football Show, by the way, if anybody wants to order my text service at thefantasyfootballshow.com. Trade calculators, bold predictions. Your boy Smitty invented the trade calculator. From everything I can tell, from all the research I've done in 2003, invented that bad boy. I don't think you guys understand how many times people on the text line will say, "Should I start Burrow or Fields?" And I'll say, "I want you to start Burrow. Here's why. I think Fields might not even play. If he does, blah blah blah." And then literally the next message, "So Burrow?" Yeah, Bob, I would start Burrow over Fields because of what I just said, and I appreciate you. You're my guy. Yeah, Burrow's the best start. So you think Burrow's really gonna be what do you think Burrow's gonna do? Like, it's like some people need like quadruple confirmation. It's insane sometimes. It's insane. Who's on the phone right now? Who you're on the show live?
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
What's up? I bet you're petrified of repeating yourself already.
Hey, I have two questions, 2 quick questions. I have 4 wide receivers. I have Paris Campbell, Josh Palmer, Marquise Brown, and Curtis Samuel. One has to be benched.
Okay. I mean, you kind of got to see what's going on with Hollywood. He could be on a snap count. We don't really know yet. We'll probably need to find out in the morning. So that could determine it for you. I think if you had to set it and walk away from it right now, I mean, I still feel like Paris is, I don't know. Chat, who we sitting here? I don't know who I'm sitting here. What's Paris Campbell feels like? Let me pull up last week's stats. Because I'm blanking on what he finished with last week. I think it was a decent game, right? It's like 60 yards or something. He pulled in last week. Six for 67, no touchdowns. Sit Curtis Samuel, sit Hollywood, sit Curtis Samuel, Hollywood, Curtis Samuel. I'm in agreement with the Samuel people. I probably put Curtis Samuel on the bench. I probably start Hollywood, Palmer, and Paris, but I definitely like keep tabs on Hollywood. And if there's some kind of like he's gonna play sparingly or something in the morning, you got to jump from that quickly. But for right now, I've probably say Curtis Samuel. Just I guess the way I look at it is that Washington. He's used as like a poor man's Debo in a way. Like they try and get him the ball in other ways than just throwing them the football. And
Right.
he's kind of crafty in how he gets into the end zone, and he's got kind of has a nose for big plays. So I like Curtis Samuel in that from that perspective, but you can't count on that. And I'm not saying you can necessarily count on all three of these. They're not great options. I'm not going to lie. You can see it going 100 different ways, but I mean, at least Hollywood's got the upside. At least Palmer. I definitely start Palmer, but. Probably Paris and Hollywood are just a little bit better, bigger appeal.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Second question. Tight end. I'm in a situation. Goddard got injured a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Jawan Johnson or Hayden Hurst?
Man, Johnson's been so steady. And he's I'm not gonna lie, he's one of those tight ends that I keep like saying no, and then he somehow scores a touchdown. So I feel like I've been wrong. I feel like the one time I'm gonna get on board, he's gonna do nothing for you. But let me pull up something on him real quick. I mean, he's been steady. His targets have been decent, too. It's not like they're bad. He's 40 yards in a row. 3 straight games of 40 yards and a touchdown. And he had 0 touchdowns the week prior, but he had 2 the week before that. So he's literally had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the last 5 games, he's had 5 touchdowns. I think it's probably safe to go with him for right now. But, I do like Hurst without Chase, though. Man, I don't know. I'm going back and forth on that.
What do you think about Johnson against the matchup of the 49ers defense?
Yeah. Yeah, let's see here. But the only problem is, we haven't seen a touchdown out of Hurst for how many games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still gonna say, even with the matchup, I'm still gonna say that I don't know that Hurst's involvement is near the same. And while I want to say, but Chase is out. Chase has been out the last handful of weeks too, and he's still not like blowing up. Jawan's just got more opportunities.
Yeah.
At some point you gotta say tough matchup. Like tough matchups don't always hold true. Every single week. And sometimes sometimes tight end matchup stats are a little off because of the tight ends that these teams are facing. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you have faulty data. So I haven't looked at it in thorough. I don't know. I haven't looked thoroughly through the Niner tight end shutdowns. To really come up with a concrete take on it. But I do feel like a lot of times, this team shuts down all tight ends. Well, that data isn't exactly something you can extrapolate into every matchup. But I would say based on the fact that the Niners will probably be up, the Saints will probably be throwing in the third and fourth quarter. The Niners will probably give up shorter passes versus longer passes if they can. I think Johnson gets, like, in a worst case scenario, probably like 4 catches for like 40 yards, and then you get like 8 points there. I think Hurst, that's probably what Hurst would do on a good day. I don't know. Go with your gut, bro. Go with your gut. I'm close enough where I'm literally arguing with myself. So if you've got a gut instinct on it, go with your gut.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, appreciate you, pal. Later. All right, next caller. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. What can I do for you?
Who would you start? Latavius Murray or Miles Sanders?
Oh man, Nate, are you still here? Hold on, I'm sorry, bro. What's the caller's name? What's your name, bro?
My name is Reed.
Reed, hold on, Reed. I got a $20 hauler that's been sitting here for. Nate, are you still here? Let me put Reed in the system so I know when you call Reed. I got you dialed in here. Hold on 1 second, Reed. Where's Nate? I'm sorry, Nate. Nate. I'm sorry, Reed. Hang tight. I got to answer the super chat. $20 haulers step in front of the line. I know that's rude, but it is what it is, man. Got to pay the bills. Nate, Smitty, help your boy, please. 2 separate decisions, both half PPR. Sit one, Sanders, Monty, Najee. I'm probably sitting Monty this week. I don't think no quarterback's a great thing. I don't agree with people that think that's just an automatic. Yeah, he's going to get all the volume. Well, guess what? He's going to get, he's going to see 8-man fronts and get smashed at the line of scrimmage. Then sit one here, Christian Watson or Lat Murray. I probably sit Lat Murray. Love the show, bud. As always, stay healthy and moon routed. Thank you, Nate. Where's Nate Dogg? Nate Dogg, you still here? Where's my boy Nate? Nate, appreciate your $20 hauler. Okay, Reed, hit me with it. I'm sorry about that. That was rude.
Mine was just in PPR, Latavius Murray or Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders for me. I don't trust Denver. I don't trust Hackett. I don't trust the offense. And Miles Sanders is at least proven, that he can do well. So,
yeah, that's really all I had.
It's tough though. Like I really feel like, sorry, Nate. Nate, you here? Where's Nate? Nate dropped that $20 hauler and I just let it sit there. Nate probably left. Guy's never gonna come back again. Nate, I'm sorry. Nate, I'm sorry, bro. That's not the way I handle $20 super chats here. I'm sorry, Reed. What else did you have, Reed? Reed? Reed just hung up. Reed fell. Not only have I neglected Nate, I just neglected Reed, worrying about Nate. And trying to fix my relationship with Nate, I damaged my relationship with Reed. Like, way to go, Smitty. I think Nate might be back. Nate? Where's Nate? Neglected Nate. Hey, Nate, you want to call in? We're going to call you Neglected Nate. My win totals have definitely been neglected. I'm sorry, Nate. Call in, Nate. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
Hey, this is Quantum. How you doing, brother?
Quantum. Appreciate your super chat, my guy. Quantum.
Yo, what's up, Smitty?
Oh, who's this? Who's this?
Want to call in?
Who is this? Hold on. Who is this?
This is Downhorn. This is Downhorn.
Okay, John?
Just call me Jay.
Jay. Okay, Jay, hang tight because we got a Quantum in front of you, okay?
All right, no problem.
All right, Quantum, hit me with it.
All right, so one thing I didn't mention on the super chat was obviously the quarterback position. That's because I had Fields, so I was monitoring it the whole week. Thinking about Carr, because he's out there as a free agent. What do you think about Carr versus like Tannehill? I think earlier someone said Bichette or something like that. So I do need a QB fill-in tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, I go Carr. I think Seattle Raider game should be probably high scoring affair. I think Carr is going to try and deliver 2 touchdown strikes to our boy Devontae Adams. So I mean the potential's there, and I think that's all you can ask for.
Last time I did that stack against the Saints, I got a double donut. So you know, I still
I mean, but yeah, but
I mean,
your options are what though? You know, your options are Brissett. Like that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind Brissett. If you want to roll that way, I could totally be like, yeah, all right. But
no,
you know,
I'm with Carr.
I think
Better
Carr.
confirmation.
Yeah, just the weapons are. Does anybody disagree? Let's see. Let me pull up Carr the last couple of games here. I mean, Brissett's Brissett's okay. Brissett's maybe safer, but do you have any other
Again.
options at all, bro?
Yeah, I'm thinking. You know what? Because right now I have the Bucks D, which I'm thinking about dropping tomorrow morning and picking up the Jets D, and then just rolling with Carr. And then I feel like I have enough strength. Plus, my opponent this week, he's in the toilet. So it's just more about preparing myself for the upcoming weeks while Fields handles his bum shoulder.
Yeah. Hey, Nate.
All right, brother. We'll have.
Yeah, appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you calling in. Nate, call in. All right. Next caller is Jay. And real quickly to the last caller, Carr has three straight games with 2 TDs. You know, that's not bad. Everybody's making fun of him in the chat, like don't go Carr, no Carr. But like, 3 straight games with 2 TDs isn't horrible. Like he's pretty steady right now. All right, Jay, you're up.
Yo, what's up, buddy?
What's up?
So, I've been going back and forth with my lineup because I started Ramondre for sure. So I have Kenneth Walker in my RB1 spot, and I got DeAndre in my flex. And so I keep going back and forth with the Nick Chubb playing against the Buccaneers defense. Even though I heard Vita Vea isn't going to play, I'm not too sure about that, depending on weather. But they play at 10, and D-Hop plays at 1.
So I'm sorry, run by me the dilemma again because you kind of like went in 100 different directions there. You're like, I got Stevenson and Swift went by and Swift called this. Go ahead. Hit me with it again.
So I was saying, should I go DeAndre Hopkins or Chubb with the flood?
I'm going Chubb, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter the matchup.
I mean,
D-Hop is getting tons of targets right now.
Yeah. Hollywood's back though. But
Hollywood's coming back.
how do you sit Chubb though? I get it. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like start your studs, Like I hate when matchups put us in these positions because I understand where you're coming from. It's just like, we've seen. It's not like the Bucks are completely, people are incapable of running against them. People have run against the Bucks before. It's not like the Bucks of a couple years ago where it is literally for sure you were not getting more than 30 or 40 yards. But Nick Chubb's a different kind of runner. He's still in the top 10 overall for running back rankings across the industry average. If I look at flex plays, Hopkins is probably, let's see here, across the industry, Nick Chubb is 16, Hopkins is 17 for flex plays. I just saw that. I didn't know that until I clicked on it right this second. So clearly it's a dilemma. Like you're not wrong for second guessing it. And I suppose maybe Hopkins is the safer call, but I feel like Nick Chubb probably scores. I feel like Nick Chubb probably still could run for 100 yards. It'll be a tough game for him, but I think that the Browns keep him.
It was Ramondre Stevenson actually, but it doesn't matter. They played on Thanksgiving.
What do you mean is Ramondre Stevenson actually? What do you mean?
So instead of Walker Swift, I said Stevenson instead of Swift.
Oh. On the board.
So I
okay.
put him on. I put Chubb on the bench.
All right.
Trying to play back and forth with Stevenson, with Chubb and D-Hop.
Yeah, I hear you, but I'm probably going Chubb. But you're not crazy to go Hopkins. Let me just leave it at that. You're not crazy to go Hopkins.
Oh yeah.
I just don't think I could bench my studs, man. Like Chubb got you here. Chubb's still a top 10 running back play this week according to the entire industry average together. So that data is pretty powerful in that most people are thinking, and they're neck and neck. So you're not wrong by going either way.
Oh yeah. All right, for sure. Thanks, Smitty.
All right, later, pal.
Shout out to all the boys.
Yeah. Can I get Nate to call in? Would Nate let me know when he's dialing in? Neglected Nate. I want to get Nate on the phone. I feel bad that Nate's $20 super chat sat there for so long. Guy's never gonna super chat again unless I take care of him. And I need neglected Nate to feel completely, Nate, tell me when you're calling in, bro. Tell me when you're calling in. Question should be Walker or D-Hop. No, I'm not sitting Walker, bro. Not at all. Nate, appreciate that super chat, my guy. Joe, I think I got this one. Kamara, Pierce, Olave, Pittman, Flex, channel to the moon. Kamara, Pierce, Olave, Pittman, Flex. This is another one of those ones where I really can't sit Kamara matchup and all. I don't know. I guess Olave's okay. Olave's kind of safe, I suppose, but I'm probably sitting. I had to sneeze there. I'm probably starting Kamara. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Nate, are you calling in, Nate? Where's Nate at? Is this Nate? If this is not Nate, I'm going to be pretty disappointed.
Oh, this is Nate. What's up, Smitty?
Nate. Neglected Nate. Are you okay with the nickname Neglected Nate?
Yeah, whatever works.
Okay, Neglected Nate. I'm sorry about neglecting you, bro. I didn't even see it. What can I help you with? And thank you for the $20 hauler. Those always get immediate attention, and that's on me. I'm taking a lap. What can I do for you, Neglected Nate? Hit me with something. Let me take extra good care of you today.
Oh no, I was mostly looking for an answer on that Miles Sanders, Najee Harris, David Montgomery, having to sit one of them.
Yeah,
I'm going into the playoffs here. I'm 6-5, so
let's get you
holding on to fourth place.
Let's get you a chat vote. How's that? Because there's nothing better than asking the audience. You know what I'm saying? So Najee, Monty, and it was Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
All right. So I want the chat to give your vote for Neglected Nate, Nasty Nate. A lot of you have different nicknames for him already. The man's becoming a growing legend in the chat as we speak. Can we get a vote for this man? I believe. What did I say to you? I don't even remember what I told you. Did I even answer it yet?
You said to Sid Montgomery because you didn't believe the hype on the backup quarterback. Just
you can start
him
two.
getting all the volume.
Okay, that's why I didn't remember
Right,
what I
yeah,
said because
I
I was like, did I pick one? Because I don't remember picking one. It was sit one. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna sit Monty, and I'm gonna start Nasty Najee for Nasty Nate for Nate Dogg for Neglected Nate, and start Miles Sanders. But that's me. I just don't. Yeah, I mean, without Fields, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, I hear that a lot. Oh, the quarterback's down now. They're getting great. The running back's gonna get all the work. Like I don't know that that's the case. Number one, if Chicago goes down early, they're just gonna throw the ball in the second half, and so Monty's gonna have to do his work through the air, which he could do. He's capable of it. But I mean, Najee Harris at least bounced back. You got Jalen Warren no longer in the picture currently. You got Miles Sanders, who's at least proven to be able to do amazing things at times in this offense that is it's electric, this Philadelphia Eagle offense. And I think the Eagles are upset. I think they're the coaching staff, the entire team, they're upset. They're ready to put the new naysayers in their place, because there's a lot of people talking about how the Eagles have dropped off now and now things are going to go bad for them or whatever. I think that, I don't know if Sanders will be consistent going forward, but I think in this situation, I'm going with these two running backs. But let's see what the chat thinks. The chat said sit Monty. I don't know if you can read the chat, but it looks pretty overwhelming for sitting Monty.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was leaning as well. My only my hang up here is Sanders has 2 targets over his last 5 games, and I don't know if Monty's going to increase role in the receiving department here. With,
it is a
Seaman
concern.
in the backfield.
East Coast Taddy, thank you for tell your friends. Let's get Smitty to 18K. Says East Coast Taddy. Appreciate you, Taddy. Yeah, let's look at Sanders. So 13 carries, 12 carries, 17 carries on up his last 3 games. So 13, 12, and then 3 games ago, 17. At least he's in double-digit territory, bro. And maybe he hasn't scored a touchdown the last 2 games, but at least he did have back-to-back games scoring a touchdown, but coming out of the bye week. And he's averaging good yards per carry on the year. He's 4.9, 6 TDs. I guess I just feel like he's got I close my eyes, I see him in the end zone. I don't know. That's just a gut call here. But yeah, I wish he'd get more targets. Like, what's going on with that? They're a passing offense. Why can't they figure out a way to dump the ball off to this guy a little bit? Like, I don't understand why he's getting 1 target, 0 targets, 0 targets, 1 target. Early in the year he got 3, 3, 1, 3, 2. At least he was getting a couple. But I don't know why he's getting 0 or 1 targets. I don't get that. Take him out in passing situations, I guess. But like, why wouldn't you have designed plays on first and second down that were to get it to the running back either? Taddy gifted 10 memberships to everybody. Appreciate you, Taddy. Tim P got one. Ashton got one. Texas Hustler got one. Rillo got one. Fernandez. Aiden got one. Isaac got one. Dion got one. Charles got one. And yeah. Appreciate you all. Thank you. Appreciate you, Taddy. Okay, so where were we? Thank you, Taddy. You're the man. Where were we, bro? Sanders.
Oh, no, we were just talking about how Sanders and Monty, neither one of them is a really great option, but
yeah,
probably Monty.
You got this, bro. Anything
but
else?
Najee for sure, then?
Yeah, without Warren and the fact that they increase his workload, we got 405 of you in here, 316 thumbs up, which isn't that bad, actually. I like that. But if you could punch it, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, Najee's, like, this is the best I've felt about Najee all year. There are people out there that have real big dilemmas, and they're like, what do I do? And I can't win. And I'm looking at their team, and I'm like, bro, you can't win. I agree. You can't win. And then they got, like, JJ, and they've been decimated with injury. And, Alex, call in one more time. Oh, no, I got Alex on. Alex, hold 1 second for me, Alex. They got decimated with injuries, and my advice to them is like, okay, go get this player, go get that player. And then every once in a while, I find myself going, why don't you maybe get like a big wide receiver for JJ, like downgrade into a still top 5, top 6 wide receiver and get Najee, because what if he does turn it around?
Right.
So he's got hope, but I definitely don't love him, but I'm definitely more intrigued than I was like weeks ago.
No, definitely. And then, real quick, Smitty, what were your thoughts on the Christian Watson versus Latavius Murray? I think you said Christian Watson.
Yeah, touchdowns have been there. I think that Green Bay will be down. They'll throw the ball a lot, or at least it'll be a close enough game where the pass is involved. And Lat Murray, I just don't trust Denver. I don't trust Hackett. I don't trust Denver. I don't trust Murray. Capable, sure, but trust your gut because that's close. That's a close one.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, I appreciate it.
Hey, Neglected Nate, I appreciate your $20 hauler. Hopefully I made it up to you, and you just come on back now. You hear? All right.
All right, thanks.
Later, Nate. All right, Alex Cruz.
Hey, I got a flex question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to see. I have 3 flex options. I have Godwin, Pacheco, and White. I'm pretty sure White's the play, but I just wanted to check in on.
Yeah, you could pause and be like, okay, well, Pacheco's going to get volume. You could pause and say Godwin's, still got potential to be a super high-end wide receiver 2, maybe flirt with wide receiver 1s. But Rashad White, you've waited for this, man. 100 yards his last game played. White's out of the picture. They're now going to throw to him. You know, we haven't even seen him throw the football to him because he wasn't practicing, you know, at a full starter capacity walking into the game. It was kind of like a game time, like benching type of thing where Leonard Fournette got hurt, but he was also kind of benched in that game. And I think it all happened really quickly, and we didn't get to see White prepare as a starter. Like now he's had this whole week to like get into his role. Could he fall flat on his face, you know, and pull a Kadarius Toney where we're overhyping it and it doesn't happen? Sure, but I mean, I think it's worth the risk is worth taking in your scenario. It's not like you're putting a big top 10 running back on the bench, you know.
Yeah, like Derrick Henry.
Yeah, like when people start talking like that, or you know, the guy earlier, I appreciate him. I forget who it was. What was his? What do we give his nickname to? It was Jittery
Johnny.
Yeah, Jittery Johnny, whatever. He you know, he wanted to somehow find a way. Johnny the Weasel. He wanted to weasel his way from Rashad White into ETN, but the only way he could do that was to get me to say, "What about ETN for Wilson?" And then once Wilson was in there, you could go Wilson to. You can't sit ETN. You can't sit Henry. You can't sit Walker. You know, if you set yourself up well enough to where you can't play Rashad White, you're going to win anyway. You know? All right, bro.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you, Alex. Alex, the very first YouTube exclusive member ever. The man. Appreciate you, Alex.
Thank you.
Let me get to these super chats real quick, and then I'll come back to the phone lines. I think I already did this one from Joe. Kamara, Pierce, Olave, Pittman. I think I answered this like 5 times. I keep coming back to it. Kamara for me. I get why it might hesitate here. Keenan Allen, Hollywood. Estes, you still here? Hollywood Brown or Keenan Allen? Give me Keenan Allen until Hollywood Brown's proven, you know, totally healthy. Nate, appreciate you, Nate. This is from Recovery. Recovery, you still here, pal? I'm sorry about making you wait. So I've decided to sit Kamara and move Rashad White to my running back too. The matchup is enough that I'm okay with it. I'm not making it take a lap on it, bro. Godwin, Pierce, or P. Ryan. I mean, you can't put Kamara in your flex. You know? Like, I'd probably rather have Kamara over Godwin and Pierce still. If you're making me choose between these guys, I would say P. Ryan's safest, probably. Godwin maybe is the guy I'd go if you aren't comfortable with P. Ryan, but I'd rather have Kamara in this spot. I want to start Godwin, but it's going to rain. Yeah, Godwin I'm a little worried about more so than those other 2 options. Julian, appreciate your super chat. You didn't attach anything, but I'll go hunting for your message because that's how we roll. Komet, Moreau, Dulcich, Hurst, or Johnson. Probably going to say Dulcich or Johnson. Probably go Dulcich, bro. Probably the safest play. Pick 2. I'm sorry, pick 2. Wow, you guys start 2 of these tight ends. Dulcich and Johnson are my 2 picks, I guess. Hurst is decent. He's kind of close to Johnson, but we talked about Johnson earlier. Tough matchup and all. The volume seems to be there. I think he'll be the safety blanket. And so I'm probably going to roll that direction. Julian, Estrada, Komet or Johnson. I'm going to go Johnson. Without Fields, I'm going to go Johnson. Rashad White or Pittman. I'm going Rashad White. And then your other question was, yeah, I think I answered everything. Thank you, Julian. I appreciate you. Sorry it took me so long to find your question, but we are caught up, I think, at this point. Thank you very much for your super chat. I think I got the last super chat handled. I think we're all caught up on the super. So thank you, everybody that's dropped a super chat tonight, by the way. Keeping the lights on. Appreciate you. If anybody has any more super chats, I've cleared and I can handle them all in order in which they're received. And I'll try and keep up to date on them from this point of the show moving forward. So if you drop a super chat, I'll handle it right away. I won't let it linger. Back to the phone lines.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
All right. There we go. Back to the phone lines. Thank you again, Neglected Nate. Neglected Nate, dog. So would you guys do D-Hop, not drop, D-Hop, Pacheco, and Swift for Adams and both Cowboys running backs. I would take Adams and both Cowboys running backs in a heartbeat. In a millisecond, my guy. Steele, it was a super chat. It's a $5 hauler. Thanks, Smitty. 8-3 record. Wondering if I should make any moves. QB's Hurts, running back Jones, White, ETN. So Aaron Jones and ETN are your starters. Pollard is maybe, him and White are going to compete. Chase, you got 3 really good wide receivers. Kelsey's your tight end. I don't think there's any moves to make other than maybe Aaron Jones and Pollard, or Aaron Jones and White, or Aaron Jones and Godwin. Aaron Jones and I mean Jamar Chase and even like an Aaron Jones for like a top 5 running back wouldn't be the worst move in the world, to be honest with you. And you'd have ETN, a top 5 running back. Hurts, I'd potentially explore that with Kelsey on your roster. You got a really good squad. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show, Daniel.
Hey, Smitty. So I called in earlier and I didn't even ask you the most important question I had. My wife's team. She's got Kamara, but she's got Rashad White. What do you think? She's got Kamara in the lineup because she started Galvin, and he already played. So now it's, hey, if it's Rashad White season, is it the time? Kamara's going up against the Niners, but that's a tough one.
I think, no, I didn't miss your super chat, Ben. I got it right here. I said Dulcich and Johnson would be my 2 picks, even with the matchup. So Rashad White, or let's go to the chat.
Kamara.
Let's go to the chat. I mean, Kamara's hard to bench, but I can understand it here. I could understand it here. Not only do you have quarterback problems and inconsistencies that kind of trickle down into Kamara's play and output, you also have matchup. You also have got Rashad White, entering, potentially running back 1 or higher, low end to medium running back 1 territory this week. Let's see what everybody says. I don't hate this one. White, we got a White vote. We got a White vote. Rashad White.
Yeah, as of right now, she's got
Rashad
Kamara
White
in the lineup, but that's just because, we're kind of...
Rashad White. We got no Kamara votes yet.
If Rashad didn't catch, but he can catch, so...
They haven't even thrown to him yet. Wait till they start throwing to him. Wait till they start throwing to him, bro. I got a couple leagues.
It's half PPR.
I got a couple leagues where I'm in the same boat as some of the people. I'm like, why did you put yourself in this position? I'm in the same boat.
Right.
I have Pollard, I have White, I have Walker, I've got Kamara, and I'm contemplating the White Kamara switch.
Yeah, she's got a lot of running backs.
I'll do it with you. I got a league right here. This is Miss Smitty's work league. I'm going to swap out Kamara for Rashad White in this league. I'm going to do it with you. We're riding with Rashad White.
All right.
How's
then
that
I'll
feel?
do it. We're going to switch her lineup tonight so she can, hopefully reap those rewards tomorrow. And then real quick, last thing real quick. Pacheco or Pierce? I've got Pierce starting. I've had him all season, but it's like, again, matchups. Everyone's saying Jeff Wilson season. They're going up against Houston. Pierce could be scripted out real early, and it could be one of those Pacheco just finishes the game out against the Rams. So to tailor 2 halves, I don't know. Maybe another chat question. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Pacheco. Pacheco. Wait, what were the 3 options, or was it just 2?
No, it was just 2. I got Pierce starting.
Pierce, yeah.
But I do have Pacheco. So.
I put a Pacheco, bro. I put him Pacheco over Pierce this week. It's not a good week for Pierce. In certain situations, I'm okay with saying, hey, look, Pierce got you here, trust in him. The talent will win out, but Pacheco's got volume. He's got good game script probably in his favor. He catches the football. They haven't thrown it to him a lot, kind of like Rashad White. We haven't seen Pacheco get fully unlocked in the receiving game, but I think that'll happen now that both Rashad White and Pacheco are going into the week as a starting running back. Lenny's out. CEH is out, and now they're going to be practicing different, absorbing different. And the KC offense, they love to throw to the running back. Think about what Clyde Edwards-Helaire was doing at the beginning of the year, and I think they'll throw to Pacheco more.
Yeah, I mean, good point. I just think maybe with Pierce, though, is Kyle Allen a check down king, or is he going to open up this offense? Or
I don't know about that, bro.
But it's easy
against the Dolphins.
It's easy for Pierce to get scripted out.
Yeah, he's not opening up anything against the Dolphins, man.
Okay. Hey, appreciate it, Smitty.
You're gonna open up a can of nothing, bro. But I understand where you're going, and look, I don't blame you if you want to go with talent, because look, all it takes is one carry for 55 yards and a touchdown, and then you're like, boom, and then he could have a mediocre game but still get to 100 yards at a touchdown. I mean, could Dameon Pierce get that in this game? Sure. Is it likely? Probably not. Is Pacheco, who's gotten 5-something yards per carry, and he's above 15 carries a game right now, hasn't even sniffed reception totals yet. I mean, the upside feels like it's there.
All right. Hey, appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate you. Later, man. All right. I think I'm caught up on the super chats. Gibson or Pierce. I mean, there's a scenario where I do go with Pierce. Gibby's okay. You're not crazy to go Gibby, but I do go Dameon Pierce in that scenario. Bro must have a comfortable couch. What's this mean, Ada? Next caller. You're live. Who am I talking to?
What's up, Smitty? Jordan.
Jordan, what's up?
What's up? Yeah. So my trade deadline just ended, so I just wanted to see if I can give you my team to see what you think, if I'm championship ready. I think I am, but
Okay.
see what you think.
Okay. To this question right here, I'm going Pierce and White. All right, go ahead. Hit me with your lineup. Let's see. Let's give you the championship nod or not, okay? Because you definitely want me to say this is the best team I've ever seen. That's what you want me to say, bro. You want me to say this is the best team I've ever seen in my whole entire life. That's what every single one of you say. Give me the nod. You guys would have this is the best team I've ever seen if Javonte and Breece Hall didn't get hurt. I'd be saying that about every one of you calling in. Because the people, like, I want to say this one more time. I said it when it happened, but I want to say it again. Everybody that had Breece Hall, especially people that had Breece Hall and Javonte Williams that still have baller teams that are in it to win it right now, your league mates don't even know what was going to hit them, and you're not going to hear it from them. No one's going to pat you on the back in your league. I will. And I'll tell you, your league mates didn't even know how close they came to the sun. And you guys all, we as a community would have had the best teams ever assembled in a community we've ever seen in our lives. And unfortunately, no one's going to give us credit for that. We only have each other to lean on there. But I promise you, we would have taken the industry by storm. The word of mouth would have been, it still will be, but it would have been incredible. The amount of people that won championships off of the back of some of these running backs that went down. It's like, oh my God. Go ahead, bro. Hit me with your team.
All right. My QBs, Kyler Murray and Geno Smith. My running backs are Dalvin Cook, Ramondre Stevenson, Travis Etienne, Rashad White, and Dameon Pierce. My wide receivers are CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Chris Olave, and then I have Hollywood coming off IR. And I have Freiermuth and Dosage for tight end.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really where I'm at. And my defenses are Philly and Baltimore.
Philly. It's a good team, bro. Etienne, Stevenson, Rashad, Pierce, they're all stepping up at the right time. I like what you got. It's very, very well-rounded. I could honestly say that as long as Murray steps up and Cook stays healthy, I think the rest of your team will do fairly well. You got a good squad. You do need Murray to step up, though. You can't have him crap in the bed in the playoffs.
I did have a couple questions. So do you think I should start Kyler this week or Geno just because Geno's facing the Raiders, who he says it's the third worst, and Murray's coming off injury, or you just think I should just go with Kyler?
A lot of people said that I dogged Geno in my QB rankings this week, and I did. I should have put him a little higher. I left him like off of the top, 12 or whatever. And I agreed. I probably should have had him higher. But does anybody really believe they would put Kyler Murray getting Hollywood back? Would anybody put Kyler Murray on the bench for Geno? I don't know that I would. I could understand why people would.
All right, so then I should just start. I have Kyler in the lineup, so I was thinking the same thing, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Can you guys vote in the chat for him? Domino's driver says.
I just have one more question.
Yeah, hold on 1 second there. Domino's driver says Philly cheese steak, 5 cheese dip, and bread twist, honey barbecue wings, 2-liter Sprite, $34.99. I'm driving a blue 2021 Tesla. Are you giving away food, bro, or are you just reciting the menu? Is this should I recite the McDonald's menu back to you? Big Mac, McDLT, quarter pounder with some cheese, filet of fish, a hamburger, a cheeseburger, a Happy Meal, McNuggets, tasty golden French fries, regular large size salad, Shepherd Garden or chicken salad, Oriental, big breakfast, egg McMuffin, hot cakes and sausage, maybe biscuit, bacon, egg, cheese, sausage, Danish hash brown 2, 4 dessert, hot apple pie, Sunday 3 variety, soft serve cones, 3 kinds of shakes, a chocolatey chip cookie. How was that, bro? Domino's driver. I learned the McDonald's menu when I was a little kid. All right. What was the last? What did you just say?
Oh yeah. So my last question was, Hollywood's coming off IR, so I have to drop Geno next week. But next week Kyler has a bye, and I'm going to pick up another quarterback. So should I drop Alexander Madison, knowing I have Cook, and take the chance, or should I drop one of my defenses? Because both defenses have a really good schedule going forward.
Say it one more time. Who are the drops? Who you dropping? Who for who?
I have Philly and Baltimore defense, or should I drop Alexander Madison and take the chance? Since I have Cook.
I don't think I could drop Madison if I got Cook. I like Baltimore this week, but yeah, I probably drop Baltimore. What's Baltimore ranking? Baltimore is their 5th. Oh, I hate having you drop them. They're number 5 in scoring. You can't drop somebody else. You have to drop Madison, bro.
Well, my bench is Hollywood Brown. He's coming off IR, so I have Alexander Madison, Dosich, Olave, Pierce, and Geno Smith on the bench. Geno's coming out for Hollywood off IR, so I have to drop somebody else.
I don't know. What's the chat think on his situation? That boy dropped in gifted memberships. Appreciate that boy. Dropping 5 gifted memberships. Mashed potatoes! Thank you, that boy. Appreciate you, my guy. Drop a defense. He could just drop Geno. Who's your other quarterback? So you name your quarterbacks one more time.
All right, so my quarterbacks are Kyler and Geno, but Geno, I have to drop him next week because Hollywood's coming off IR.
Okay. So then, if you're gonna drop Geno anyway next week, then I guess do it. Drop Geno. As long as you feel like you're gonna be okay, like you could pick up a quarterback, because your league pretty much always got a quarterback on waivers. Some leagues you never can find a quarterback, so I just want to make sure.
Well, the only guy I had him, but I dropped him, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he has a good matchup next week, so I'm picking him up. But after I drop Geno, because that's for Hollywood's coming up IR, I still have to drop somebody else for another quarterback because Kyler has a bye next week.
Yeah, but that's what I'm afraid of. Are quarterbacks available on waivers enough to you're not concerned you're going to get screwed?
The only one that's available is Trevor Lawrence.
So like
everybody else is best.
So is it smart to drop your quarterback? I don't know if it is. If you got to worry about Kyler.
I have to drop somebody probably.
I guess you got
to.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I guess you got to drop your defense, Or you just hope that you're going to be able to get a quarterback back, but I just don't want you to get it screwed out of a quarterback. If you think you can get Trevor Lawrence next week, I'd rather probably have Trevor. Well, no, I'd rather have Geno. I guess drop drop Baltimore. I guess it sucks, man. Or drop what's Philly? Philly's ranked 3, Baltimore's 5. You got to drop Baltimore. I hate doing that, but you do got Philly. Philly's fine.
I think I should be fine getting Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, if you think that, then do it.
He's been sitting there. Nobody really.
Yeah. Okay. You know your league, bro.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate you, pal. Later.
Thank you.
I mean, he knows his league better than I do, so trust your gut. Do we have any more super chats I got to get to? Nope. I think we're all caught up on those. Anybody drop a super, I will see it right away and handle it. We're almost done. We've been live for 3 hours. Someone said drop Dulcich. ETN not close. What are people talking about? ETN's a must start, everybody. A must start. You got to go ETN. Okay? There's no dilemma. There's no maybe. There's no but what if. It's ETN. ETN's in your lineup. ETN's in your lineup. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're live. Who am I talking to? Yellow.
What's up, Brody?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good, bro. What can I do for you?
Not much. You saved me last week, if you remember.
No.
George Pickens, Elijah Mitchell. Yeah, you probably get 1,000 questions if you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, it was the same thing going on this week, man. It's a must win for me.
Okay.
I had the same question as the other kid with the Kyler Murray, but I got Murray and Garoppolo this week. I'm curious who you like there.
I mean, I'm going Murray. He's getting Hollywood back. He runs the ball. He's not on the injury. I don't think he's even on the injury report anymore, right?
Yeah, no, he's not.
I think he's off. So, I don't know. I understand Jimmy's got weapons, and he could trip and fall into a 3 TD game at any moment.
Yeah, just no rushing yard upside with him. It's really just touchdowns only and passing yards. So his ceiling's kind of capped versus Murray. So I'm kind of leaning Murray. I just kind of wanted to see what you thought again.
Yeah, I go Kyler. Does anybody go Jimmy G over Kyler? I don't.
Nobody said so.
Let's see what everybody says. Hold on. Anti-Slayer says Jawan Johnson or Everett. I'm going to go. Let me just check
Everett.
You what?
I would go Everett over
Yeah,
Jawan
let me just make sure he's
against
looking.
Frank.
Let me just make sure he's looking healthy. Let me pull up Everett. He's removed from the Week 12 injury report. Fire up Everett. The matchup's tough for Johnson.
Yeah.
I like Johnson, but I'm going to go Everett. And then Charles says, $5 super chat. Need help. Fields out. Who do I pick up? Heineke, Carr, Wilson, Jimmy G. Lowest players I can drop, I think, are Deshaun Watson and Njoku and Kmet. Probably drop Kmet, and I'd probably pick up Carr. Carr's got 2 TDs in his last 3 games in a row. So that someone said Kyler all day, Murray over Jimmy. Ride the Jimmy train, says one guy. Don't you raise your voice, Wendy, says Henry. Kyler. No, especially with Hollywood Brown coming back, so he's Kyler. Kyler.
Yeah, I'm sticking with it. Gut was telling me Kyler. I just have a good feeling about it. It's a home game. He's waited 2 weeks now, so.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing is my other league, and I think it's kind of tough, honestly. So I got Aaron Jones, Terry McLaurin, Najee Harris, and Samaje Perine. I got to pick 2 out of those 4.
Aaron Jones, Najee Harris, Samaje Perine, and who else?
And Terry McLaurin against Atlanta.
Terry McLaurin. Yeah, that is kind of tough. I'd probably go with the 2 RBs. I'd probably go with Najee Harris and Aaron Jones. I kind of want to go P. Ryan, but I don't think I could
Full
sit Aaron.
point PPR.
Yeah, I don't think I could sit Aaron Jones in that scenario. I don't think I could sit Najee in that scenario coming off his best game. But if you have hesitations, like McLaurin's not crazy over Najee. P. Ryan's not crazy over Najee.
Yeah, I mean, Najee's ceiling is obviously what we've seen last week, but what about odds he gets 2 tutties in Indianapolis on Monday night,
Well,
Indianapolis isn't the worst, but it's not the best.
Yeah. I could see him having a day. I could see him having a touchdown and like 100 total yards. I mean, yeah, it's not crazy. Najee's looking a little bit better. I'm feeling a little good, especially with all the work now. And there was talk about it the week prior that they might lean on him a little more, and they seem to have.
Yeah, I'm not against it. So you do like Najee and you do like Aaron Jones.
Yeah. Twice, yes.
Yeah, don't stick. Okay, no McLaurin.
All right, broski.
That does. I appreciate it.
All right. Trust your gut, though. Trust your gut. I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to be wrong on minimum at least 30% of all of this. It's the nature of fantasy, man.
Let me tell you something. Last week, I asked you this question. It was Saturday night, like 2 a.m. I asked you Elijah Mitchell or George Pickens. You told me to go with Elijah Mitchell. I started Pickens, just trusting my gut, and I won by 2 points.
Nice. See?
It was kind of like the same situation.
Yeah, I mean, bro, it's 50 or 50-50 calls half the time, and I'm gonna get 30% of everything I say guaranteed wrong. Like to have this a 70% ratio on 50-50 calls is phenomenal. That's a great day. So like everyone needs to take everything with a grain of salt, and you need to trust your gut. Yeah. So good job on you. Keep up the good work, bro. Trust your gut. Let me guide you when you're on the fence, and then do what you've been doing all year, bro.
Can you just try to reassess this one last time? Think about McLaurin tomorrow at home. It's a Sunday. It's a 1 o'clock game. No primetime bullshit. Heineke fucking selling those shirts saying fuck it, McLaurin somewhere. You don't think McLaurin's going to have a day tomorrow?
He might.
So can you see that?
I could see it.
Against Atlanta.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
All right, man.
Later. All right. Just a fool. Traded Olave plus C. Patterson for Waddle. Olave plus C. Patterson for Waddle. I don't mind that. One of the players angry that I'm ripping people off. Traded Olave and C. Patterson for Waddle. I mean, you gave up a potentially good amount of value, but yeah, I mean, the fact that I want to do it proves, I know people just drop the bombs, bro. What's your insight in this deal? I think you've got the better end of it. Do I think it should be vetoed? No. Do I think people should be angry? No. You gave up Olave and C. Patterson, but you got the best player in the deal. You're going to have people thinking you made out on the deal. That's the nature of doing a good deal. But, depends on how your league is. Is your league soft on imbalanced trades? It's the nature of trading. Yeah, I'm gonna start playing hardball with the foul language on the line. If you guys dial in, it's not that I care. It's that it affects the monetization of the video, and that helps keep the lights on. So if you do drop an F-bomb or a swear word, you'll probably just get hung up on going forward and blocked. Just letting you know up front. It's just the rules of the game. So watch the potty mouth dialing in for the brand. Burks or Pickens? I'm gonna say probably, I guess Pickens, man. I mean that's a close one. Watson, Cooks, or Burks, probably Christian Watson. Traylon Burks or Hollywood in the flex. If Hollywood doesn't look limited, I guess I'll go Hollywood, Jaime, but I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna even get good clarification on that. So Burks might be a tad safer, but part of me wants to go Hollywood. Scotty Doo, you're live on the Fantasy Football Show, bro.
What's up, man? You're still online. I feel like you've been on live for like 3 hours now.
3 hours and 13 minutes, pal.
What's up, dude? Sorry I've been MIA for a while. I was out of the country for like 6 weeks, man. I was visiting family, but I was always watching your show, but it wouldn't let me send any super chats internationally. But I'm glad you're doing well, man. And back to my super chat earlier, I'm in 4th place with that team. I feel pretty good. I think I can win this championship at the end of the year. What do you think, man?
Yeah. Wait, championship. What's your team?
It was the Allen.
Oh, let me look for it. Hold on. Scotty.
That might take a while.
Scott. No, I can search for it. Okay, Scotty. So your team is Allen, Eckler, Stevenson, Singletary, Rashad White, Godwin, Higgins, Olave, Muth. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I feel like if I was looking at this team, just being honest, I could say there probably are 1 or 2 teams that might be competitively slight edge or equal to at least your team. So, just based on the balance of it, I can pretty much guess there will be 1 or 2 teams that I would be like, well, they could, all 3 of you are good teams. But, like, this is a team I would not bet against, I think is the words I used. I would not bet against this team, meaning that it is a potentially number 1 finishing type of team. Allen, Eckler, if Stevenson gets running back 1 carries going forward, which might be possible given that you've got Damian Harris on crutches right now. But that was
I think so.
It was a thigh injury, so that part of me thinks it's going to be one of those things where it's like weight bearing. They put him on crutches just to get the weight off it right away, and maybe he comes back in like 2 weeks or a week. But if he's out for a significant amount of time, then it's like, bro, you've got a huge, uptick in value for Stevenson. But you still might have it anyway because he looked really good. Rashad White, I mean, that's going to be key for you. You need Higgins or Godwin or Olave to be a monster, which one of them could be. And you need Rashad White or Stevenson to explode, and I think then you're in the mix, bro. You're in the mix for a top 3-4 finish for sure. I mean, easy.
I definitely think so as well. I mean, that's the league I was talking about. Remember, me and Gustavo a while back were talking about we were having issues with trades and the commissioner. Well, you know what? Karma's a mofo, and you want to allow stupid trades to go through. Then Gustavo's in 2nd place. I'm in 4th place, so. I believe karma's real, man, and you don't want to take care of your people, and you want to let stupid trades go through. You know what? We're just going to keep riding it out, and, hopefully me or Gustavo can get that win, bro.
Attaboy. Appreciate you, Scotty Doo.
You too, man. Hey, make out to Hawaii next year, man. I'll let you know where I'm at.
All right, we'll do. I do come out there once every like 5, 6, 7, 8 years, something like that. So I should be out there. I'll probably go to Waikiki area-ish. Is that near you?
Oh, yeah, dude, I'm freaking 15 minutes from Waikiki, man. I'm like 10 minutes walking down the beach to Moana Beach. It's a different beach here on the south side, but
okay.
Oh, yeah, Waikiki is like fucking 15 minutes. Sorry,
come on, Scotty. Scotty, you're killing me.
All right, buddy.
All right, later, pal.
All right, man, later.
Man, you guys just can't watch your language, can you? You just drop the F-bombs constantly for the monetization of the video. Kale, are you still here? I can't block Scotty. But if I don't know you, you're getting blocked. Scotty's lucky I know him. I mean, come on. Kale, real quickly, Ada, hold on a second. Kale, are you still here, Kale? Kale says, start Mike Evans, Najee, or Dameon Pierce at the flex. I'm going to say Evans, Najee, Dameon Pierce at the flex. I'm going to say, give me Mike Evans, bro. Mike Evans. I like Mike Evans. Kale, I don't know if you're still here. Appreciate you. What's up, Ada? What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Smitty? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Don't drop a bomb, bro. Don't drop a bomb.
Don't worry.
I don't want it to
I
block.
won't.
I gotta start sticking to my word on this. I gotta block some people, bro. You know?
Yeah, man, gotta keep the lights on.
It's like it's not that I'm like a sailor, man. I drop them all the time but I gotta control the environment in order to keep the monetization up. All right, what can I do for you, bro? Thanks,
all right,
Kale.
So I just wanted to ask ask you, since my trade deadline is going to be coming up this week, if there's any last-minute moves I can make. So the one I just made, I traded Swift and Mooney for JJ.
Swift and Mooney for JJ? How'd you pull that off?
Yeah. I think the dude's a really big Lions fan because he had asked about Swift before. So, took advantage of that.
Yeah, well, I got a button for you. It's called Got Him.
Got him.
I mean, come on, bro. Your league had to have been in an uproar when you made this trade.
Luckily, I think everyone's asleep and drunk, so.
Yeah, they're in a uproar, weren't they? Like, have they?
Yeah.
Did anybody respond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two people DM me all pissed off.
Man, yeah. You crushed him, bro. You crushed him. Nice job. What else can I help you with other than pat you on the back for an obvious win?
Well, I was just wondering, I guess, like, what other moves should I make? Because now I have no running backs, and I'm banking all on wide receiver, tight end, and quarterback.
All right, what's your team? Shoot it off.
So it's Burrow, Damian Harris.
Damian Harris?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's like I have no running back.
He's on crutches, bro.
Oh.
He's on He's your number one running back. He's on crutches? All right, go ahead.
I started him already.
Okay, go ahead.
A.J. Dillon, and then J.J. T. Higgins. Tight end is Mark Andrews, and then flex right now is Paris Campbell.
How big is this league? How big is this league, bro?
12 team.
It's a little tough. It's a little rough around the edges. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know, you got Jay. You what?
I had Cup, but he got injured. So.
Oh, okay. So you had Cup, JJ, Andrews, Burrow. That was actually pretty solid, in like a weird way. But losing Cup is like it's almost unrecoverable. I'm not saying give up. I mean, certainly, it sounds like you're not going to do that. But good Lord, man, what a blow to that team, because that team was built in a weird way that needed to do it needed to score a certain amount with those wide receivers, and without Cup, so Cup is out.
Yeah. I mean, it got me to 7-4, so it was working. But
yeah, I'm not going to give you the promo code, but man, that's like coming to the doctor without the arm, and you want me to attach it. I'm like, bro, I need the arm. I can't attach nothing.
Yeah.
But maybe, I mean, especially with those running backs, like it's gonna be really tough sledding.
Because I have McKenzie on the bench, like Isaiah McKenzie, and then Eno and Khalil Herbert are my backups. Like I have all the handcuffs basically.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I'm not sure what to tell you on this.
There's nothing else to really sell high, right?
I mean, you could try and trade JJ again for two better players. Go get a St. Brown and an ETN, and then try and get in the mix again.
Okay.
Past that, I mean, you got JJ to trade. That's it. Ain't no one's giving you what you deserve for Andrews. No one's giving you what you deserve for Burrow. You just lost Jamar Chase. No one's giving you what you deserve for Damian Harris, which is nothing. Higgins, he's great now, but no one's gonna pay for that because they worry about Chase coming back. You got to trade JJ, or I don't know. I don't think you can. Unless Cup came back in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and I don't see that happening. But if he did, like. I trade JJ, bro. Go to the ETN owner, go to the Walker owner, go to the Stevenson owner, and try and get an elite wide receiver with one of those three players. That's what I would do, specifically Walker and ETN. And they're coming off bye weeks. They're coming off bad games on top of that. It's been 2 weeks since the owner's seen the electric play that they're used to. Maybe they're vulnerable.
Okay. All right, I'll see what I can work out then.
Yeah, say bye to JJ. I know you just got him, but you better not unpack his bags. I just don't know if anybody's going to trade for him now, because now they're looking at the price. It's like selling a home at at $300,000 and then trying to flip it immediately for $400 the next day, people are going to look at that price and go, dude, you just bought it for $3 bills. I'm not going to buy it for $4. Like, so you're going to have a tough time, but I mean, maybe the ETN owner doesn't know what they have. You know, maybe the Walker owner doesn't know what they have. You got to get lucky on that, bro.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, man.
Hey, it's a challenge, bro. This is why we play, right? It's a challenge. You know, you win with this team, we'll be giving you a standing ovation, bro. Go get it done.
Thank you.
Later.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. I mean, to see a man get JJ at that price and then see JJ on this team, it's hard, you know. I mean, losing Cup, it wasn't his fault. Ada, it wasn't your fault. You lost Cup. This team was fire with Cooper Kupp on it. That's why I wrote it on the board and then crossed it out because I wanted people to respect the team that you built. It's not your fault. Not your fault. Probably lost Breece Hall at the beginning of the year too, and he was too humble to tell us about that. Let's see here. Next caller. We've been live for 3 hours and 30 minutes, man. It's been crazy up in this mug. Who goes live? No one goes live longer or more than we do. Jaime, appreciate you. Charles, did I get to this one? Charles, I didn't get to this one yet. Hold on, John. Hang tight for me. Let me handle this one real quick. Rashad White on waivers. Why is he on waivers? How is Rashad White on waivers? Charles, we talked about this. Would you drop any of my team for him? You must have small benches, bro. See Patterson, Waddle, Higgins, Mooney. Yeah, Mooney. I dropped Mooney for him immediately. Devontae Smith, probably. Maybe this week I drop Mooney because you got Devontae Smith. Maybe you need I don't know. Yeah, drop Mooney immediately. Immediately. Run, Charles. Run. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show, John.
What's going on, Smitty?
What's up, pal?
Not much. So I got a real good team. I'm starting the playoffs already.
You let me be the judge of that.
The commissioner's weird, and
he's weird.
We play 2 week playoffs instead of 1 week playoffs. So our playoffs already start this week.
Why?
And I made it in by the skinny nick of my hair. I was 5-6, and I was the 6th seed. And I had the second most points in the league, but I was 5-6. I had the most points scored against me.
All right, hit me with your team.
But all right, I'll tell you the whole lineup. So I got Joe Burrow. Got him from you. You got me on him. That was probably the one player who really sold me on. Jonathan Taylor, Samaje P. Ryan, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, but I went against Justin Jefferson this week, so that kind of canceled out. Christian Kirk, Mark Andrews, Brandon Ayuk, and this is a 12-team half PPR. I got the Jets defense. I picked them up 2 weeks ago, and I'm real happy that Fields ain't playing. And then on my bench, I got, because it's a 2 flex, so this is all my bench. So that was my starting lineup. I got George Pickens, Deontay Foreman, McKinnon, Matt Breida, Treylon Burks, and Gus Edwards. So I'm real good on receiver, quarterback, tight end, but my running backs are, not the best.
Yeah, but P. Ryan's okay this week, but yeah, you're going to fall off there after that. Hopefully Foreman bounces back and has a really good day, and you're like, okay, I can use him again.
Yeah, and Foreman's got a bye next week, though.
Yeah, hopefully.
And then P. Ryan, Tennessee's fourth against the fourth best team against running backs, but they're 28th worst against receivers.
Yeah,
so I'm looking more at Samaje as a receiver this week.
Yeah, he'll catch some balls. They like throwing the football to him. So, yeah, it's a good team. I think you could do some damage with this team. I mean, I wish you had a better running back, but maybe Foreman. I mean, yeah, if this is week 1 of the playoffs and next week's the championship. you're
and then Jonathan Taylor has a bye the week after that.
Bro, what's your commissioner doing? It's week 12.
It's so stupid.
But
I don't understand it.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say is like you knew better. You're playing in this league like you knew though. Like this guy's creating something that benefits him somehow. You don't come up
but
with
I was
a
in
week.
such a win now mode, like because I was like 3-5. I won the last 3 weeks.
You don't
so
come
I
up.
Literally, the last 3 weeks I had to win, and I couldn't even think of the future. I was always for the last month just thinking about winning and winning each week.
Yeah, you don't come up with some weird rule like that unless it benefits you. Like this is one of those self-serving commissioners, I bet, or something, because it doesn't make sense.
Oh yeah, he does a bunch of stupid stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, you got a team, but like it sucks for next week. You got to figure out something like, work that waiver wire, pick up the
projector win 10 this week.
Yeah.
I went against Justin Jefferson and Zeke and Saquon, but I had CeeDee and Brown do pretty good, so projector win 10 this week, so.
Yeah. All right, appreciate you, man. Call back if you got another question, but John, I like it. You got some firepower there. You got this, bro.
Alrighty, I think it's a good team. I need Mark Andrews. He hasn't had a game, and I think he's due for one.
Yeah, he is. You got some firepower there, bro. Go get him.
All right, Smitty.
Later. Okay, and Charles, just to give you an idea, you said and how good's your team. It stinks, Fields, bro. But Fields, Kamara, Mixon, Swift, ETN, Waddle, Higgins. It's a really good team. You got good balance. I like it. Kamara, Swift, ETN, Mixon. It's all going to come together for you, I think, in the nick of time. And if you get White on that roster, you have. I don't know if you can still trade, but that's a great team, bro. That's a real good team. All right, I think I'm calling it. Super chats. I think we're caught up on all the super chats. If I missed anybody, please let me know. Please let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely get to you too if I missed anybody at all. I don't think I did, but if I did, please let me know. Put a bunch of red question mark emojis. I'll answer anybody anyway. Call a third time, says Rashid. Guys, I'm on a call. I can't really. There's only so many calls I can answer in a row. Sometimes I put you guys in a line, and there's like three or four callers on the line, mouth breathing. And I got everybody I can handle on the line. Like, what do you expect? The phone lines are busy. It's hard to get in. It's not easy. You can't just call up in the middle of a conversation and be like, hello. It's a little finesse trying to get on the show. It's like getting a table at a real nice restaurant. We don't just, it says something about the restaurant. It's hard to get in. It ain't easy to get in. Drop Palmer or DJ Moore, Smitty. I don't know. I like DJ Moore a little more based on talent, but of course I'm not excited about the situation. I guess Palmer's safer. Rashad White or Godwin. Rashad White. We've answered that one a lot on this show. Not that that's your fault. But just so you know, we've talked about that quite a bit. Hi, Smitty. Hollywood start instead of Mooney, probably. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the morning. For those that don't know, I think I've pinned the have I pinned it? Let me see. I don't think I've pinned it. Let me drop the YouTube exclusive membership in the live chat and pin it real quick. For anybody that doesn't know, in the morning I'm live the last half hour on YouTube here leading into morning game kickoff, and I answer only questions with the green names on them, which would be YouTube exclusive members. And there's the $1.99 a month package if you want it. The $9.99 gives you the 2 Zoom calls every single Sunday. We go live on Zoom. You can turn your mic and your camera off and just listen like a podcast sort of. So you can do that for $9.99 and get on those 2 Zoom calls. We do a call at halftime of the morning games, halftime of the Sunday evening game. So that's a fun time. We do like early trade tips and waiver wire guys and just talk about the players that are up and down. It's a fun 40-minute call at halftime of the morning games, halftime of the Sunday evening game. If you don't want to do the $9.99 YouTube exclusive membership, do the $1.99, $1.99 a month, $1.99 a month, and you get to have all the emojis, the green name, and your boy Smitty's attention on Sunday mornings. And I just go through one question at a time. No need to paste it over and over. I get to every question straight down the line. I'll see you all in the morning. I'll have as much news as I can give you. We'll do as much Q&A as we can do. Appreciate you all. I'll see you in the morning. Peace out. Thank you to everybody that super chatted. WRM, Slayer, Chaos, Cody, Bam First, Thomas, Reese, Hung, Sergio, Scotty Do, Cody, Sergio, AJ, Ben, Chester Fool, Too Cold, Danny, Ollie, Quantum, Yusuf, Tom, Joe, Professor Stroke, Nick Davis, Charles T, Michael C, Giovanna Thomas, Nate Dog, Charles T again, Recovery, Thomas, Ron Navy, Angel, Estes, Navage, Joe S, Julian, Rick, Steel Cards, Travis Rowe, Professor Stroke again, Estes again, Quantum Flow again, Jaime, Kale, Cisneros, Michael Vaughn, Kenny Powers, KCM, Cameron, Jordan, Avi, Wave, and Drink the Punch. Appreciate you all. I'll see you all in the morning. Peace out.
Kenneth Skywalker. Kenneth Lightsaber Swinging Skywalker.